All right, this is Peter Rupert for the Board of Assessment Appeals. It is Saturday, April 25th, 2026, and we're here to deliberate on appeals brought before the Board of Assessment Appeals. The start time is 9:21 a.m. and if everyone would stand, actually, I guess we should, let's stand and then we can do it all.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so can you do the roll, please?
Paulette Kuzo.
Here.
Helene Daly.
Here.
Christina Kelly.
Here.
Laura O'Brien.
Here.
Peter Rupert.
Here.
Catherine Gusson.
Absent.
Adele Josovitz.
Absent.
Neil Fink.
Absent.
Ronique Patel.
Absent. All right. So if you would like to make a motion to bring that up,
Sure.
go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to reconsider, I think is what I have to say, the appeal number 937, and the address is 2493 Reading Road. Unfortunately, I don't have the owners. I would have pulled it up and I didn't.
It's Jazel.
Oh, yeah,
Igor.
Igor Jazic or Jazis. I don't have the file because it was put with the ones that we finished, but his contention was that, oh, wait a minute, I think do we have to vote to reopen it, Peter, or what do we have to do? I don't think
Why don't we just do it? I mean,
we just make a motion to reopen it?
yeah.
So I'd like to make a motion that we reopen that appeal.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Laura, are you voting?
Oh, I didn't know.
It's unanimous then. Okay. His contention was that he lives adjacent to the Newport Institute, not the Newport Academy. It's a commercial residential facility where they have adults that have substance abuse problems and I think emotional problems as well. That was his big contention, was that it's a hardship living next to them. There's trucks all the time. There's people all the time. Parking is an issue. And of course, what it does to the value of his property. He has
What does he mean by parking is an issue?
people coming and going. You know, people driving up. I think he means traffic. He also has an appraisal. I looked at I'm trying to get it up here myself.
Can you read the town amount and the ask amount?
Yeah. I can as soon as I get it up here because I didn't know.
Do you want me to just, I have it if you want.
Have it?
The town value is $2,628,800.
Mm-hmm.
And he's asking for 2.2 million.
Yeah.
What's the appeal number again?
937.
937.
Okay, as soon as I get it up here. Okay, I got it. Yeah, he's asking for 2.2 million. He has an appraisal. I looked it over. I don't see anything wrong with the comps. They're on Reading Road. And none of those, I don't believe, based on the addresses, I don't believe any of those are really impacted by the Newport Institute. The appraisal came out to 2.2, I believe.
Sorry, what's the number on the
The number on what?
of the appeal?
937. And it was denied based on the fact that the people felt that the owner was not forthcoming with his location, which we later found was incorrect, that he is adjacent to that property. So, anybody have any questions about the appraisal?
I feel like we've been pretty consistent with appraisals unless we didn't like the comps.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see, the comps are all on Reading, the first three comps are on Reading Road.
Yeah, no, great comps.
Yeah. I think his request that I think the appraisal came at 2.2. I think it's pretty generous considering, that's, who knows what that really does to his property. So I'm just gonna make a motion to get this over with, that I'm just gonna make a motion to accept the appellate's requested value of $2,200,000. All in favor? Opposed?
I'm going to abstain because I didn't really hear the whole argument, so
That's basically just what it was, so.
I abstain.
Okay. That's it. Thank you.
Would anyone like to start us off, or?
I mean, I can keep going if you want. Okay. Next appeal is number 508. I have the file for it. 280 Bronson Road, LLC. That's the owner. The address is 280 Bronson Road. And the owner's name, I'll spell it as Karthick Athmaram. The town has given him a value of $832,255, and he'd like to go to $700,000. He is saying that his house is more than 100 years old. He's close to I-95, which is true. He's got the noise from the freeway. His backyard isn't that usable. It slopes. He does not have water frontage like some of the people in that particular area of Bronson Road. Some of those houses do have, they back up to the water. So technically water frontage. He's one away from that, so he doesn't really have water frontage. Let's see now. He's saying that his foundation needs repair. He's got a broken fence, sloped backyard, and he included some comps. I went over his comps. And I thought, there was one other one that we discussed, which I thought was closest to his. He mentioned 2468 Congress Street, which sold in October of 24 for $744,650. We would have to time adjust that. That had a lot more land than his. That had 1.35 acres. It's almost 4 times the land that he has. He's on a small lot. It's interesting because a couple of people, I know at least one of the members here always mentions that, well, the land is so valuable, there's so much value in the land. When I checked to look at what they're charging for the land, what the assessor's valuing the land, and you can't really do it that way because the bigger piece of property, he uses a smaller unit price when he figures out the price of the land. So it's hard to equate the two because it's not the same, he's not giving it the same unit value. But, with that much land, it's still sold for under $800,000. And then he also has a comp which I don't think we should consider, on Bradley Street. The house is too small. It's impacted by the highway, but the house is it's just too little. But we did find one at 199 Bronson Road, which closed on January 19th of 2024 for $615,000. Time adjusted, it would be $678,000 if I round it up at today's value. That was a 3-bedroom, 3 full bath, similar size of 2,275 square feet, and it is impacted by the highway. It's a slightly smaller lot at 0.25. His is 0.3 something, I think, 0.38 or 0.32, 0.38, and there isn't that much difference in that value in the land. So based on that, that value being at today's value of $677,976. I also did ask him if the house was updated. The only thing updated in the house is one bathroom. Kitchen's old, other bathrooms old, nothing else has been updated. So based on that value, I don't really have at first I thought I was going to have an issue with the 700, but after I saw that comp, there's not many comps that I went through with him, and I even tried to pull them on my own just for comparison. There wasn't many that had that kind of an impact in that location. So I thought the one on his own street was a really good comp, and not that far away from him. So I'll make a motion. If any questions?
Isn't 199 Bronson pretty far away from the 280 to 180?
Well, it's actually, it's a little bit away, but it's not that far away. So basically it's 200 based at 280. The numbers really don't go in consecutive order. It's still that same area of Bronson Road that's close to 95, that's close to the end of it where the commercial property is in the back, the railroad's in the back. So if it was further up on Bronson Road, it probably would have sold for a lot more money because it was in really nice shape. It's beautifully done inside.
Yeah.
I also am confused because he gets a 0.9 adjustment and it says highway, but then under location adjustment, it says I-95, but the factor is 1.
Yeah.
So he's not getting anything off additionally.
Yeah.
It's just, why even put it on there if you're not going to give a discount or a premium for it? It just doesn't make sense to
I
me.
think he does get.
No, he gets a 0.9 and then it says highway, but then it says location adjustment, I-95, but the factor is 1. So it doesn't do anything to
You
them.
multiply by 1, you still get the same number.
It doesn't do anything. That's crazy.
I honestly don't. You're right, Christine. I don't understand that. I've seen it on other field cards in other neighborhoods, and I don't understand it. Like you said, why bother? Just leave it then.
I mean, you had the 0.9, I guess, for highway, but then you're acknowledging I-95 is an issue and you're not doing anything about it.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Well, if nobody has anything else, I'll make a motion that we grant the appellant's requested value at $700,000. All in favor? Opposed?
I'm opposed.
Okay. The next is number 39. Oh, number 39. The address is 770 Cedar Brook Lane. And, we had a little issue about this the other night, too. I think, as a group, we really need to stop looking for problems that don't exist. So the address is Cedar Brook Lane. It's a little private road off of Cedar Road. It does exist. The appellant is Patricia Heil. The town value is $1,014,790, and she's looking for a value of $845,000. We also had a
I'm sorry,
question.
I had a very different,
What do you have?
oh, great. $2,218,149.
Whoa.
Wait a minute now. That's not what's on the field card.
Okay, what do you have?
Actually, I am wrong because she got confused. I spoke to her on the phone yesterday because we were concerned. We tried to do this the other night too, but we didn't have the file. The town value was actually $1,449,700. Okay, and she asked for $845,000 even. I did verify with her that is the value she wants. That is not the appraised. That's not the assessed. That's what she feels the fair market value is. And she bases that on quite a few things. Let's see, I'll get to her write-up because it's easier.
What did you say the town's value was?
Town's value is $1,449,700.
On the card I'm seeing here, we're talking 770 Cedar Brook Lane.
Yes.
It says 1014, comma,
Yeah,
790.
but if you look at the field card,
Well, she's actually right because there's two field cards in here.
Why can't I find it
There's two
individually?
field cards. I just turned it back over and I looked. Yeah. No, it's the same value. I'm wrong. The 1,449,700 is what's on the field card. 1,046,200 is the land only.
I'm seeing 1014,790.
but that's on the cover page. You have to go to the field card and see.
Yeah, go to the field card, Laura. It's correct on the field card.
Okay.
It's
I
1,449.
don't know how you know which one's going to be right.
Field card is the correct one.
Okay.
Put that on the front. I'll fix that. She did a whole write-up on why she feels it's excessive, but the highlights of it are that it's not been upgraded since 1980. It's been maintained but not updated. They have original kitchens and bathrooms. At some point in time, the town changed their road to a private road, so now there's 4 homeowners that have to pay for all the expenses of the maintenance of the road, snow plowing, tree trimming, drains, etc. And they just got a bid for over $40,000 to pave the road. She actually,
What does that mean, though? The town all of a sudden said your road's private. I mean, where, does she have documentation for that? Like that?
no, but it is private. I mean,
Okay, if it's private, she bought it, she bought a private road when she bought her home.
I don't know if it was private when she bought it because it said that at some point the town converted that into a private road.
Does she have, that's what I'm asking, does she have evidence of that? Because that's just for her to say that, that's ridiculous. How could the town just do that? I don't understand it.
Well, they did it to Fairfield Beach Road.
Did people bring in documentation to show that?
No, I guess not. I guess we won't believe her when she's under oath, so we'll forget that it's a private road and just move on.
Maybe she's mistaken.
I don't think so, but
But you don't think so, but she didn't provide any evidence for it, so. That's what their job is. Their job is to come in and provide evidence. You say it, then provide it. I mean, that should be, is there a note in the field card that says, town, change this?
no.
Do we put it on hold and ask the assessor when that road was
Or if-
privatized?
Or if.
Yeah, let's do that. I mean, I believe her. I believe people we didn't believe the guy the other night. We ended up bringing the appeal back because someone didn't believe that the place was where it is. So I'm going to make a motion then that we can't table it because it has to come back at the same day, that we put it aside, I guess.
Postpone it.
And I'll check with the assessor to find out if it's private road. Moving on. Oh, all in favor?
Well, that was changed to a private road. Not that it's a private road. I mean, if it's a private road, it was private road when
But it was
she.
I get it, it was changed.
After she bought it.
After she bought it, because, okay.
Purchase.
All right, let's move on then to the next one. Number 613. The address is 7 Sherwood Place. The town value is $1,552,000. The owner is requesting a value of $1,350,000. Let's see, he provided no comps. He said that it's, well, actually, he did provide comps. He says that number 30 and 32, this is a two-family, by the way, was appraised at $630,000 each side, so that comes out to $1.3 million and change, and it's a bigger lot. That's the only thing he had on here. Let's see, 630,000. Yep. That's basically his whole argument, that he's over-assessed because that one place, his unit is pretty nice looking. It's a duplex kind of place. It looks pretty nice.
I'm sorry, but I missed the reason he said this is,
He's using a comp on the same street, I believe, of number 30 and 32, because it's a two-family. And he's saying that particular duplex was appraised at $630,600. Of course, he doesn't tell us when that was, and it's appraised, not sold. So it's about what he's asking for. He wants his to be the same as theirs. Without a whole lot of other information, I don't know that I can agree to that.
Oh, you know what? This was a tear down.
And he rebuilt it.
he doesn't even,
When I look up tax records, this is right on the corner of Sherwood and Woodrow.
Mhm.
And yeah, I know the guy who owned that house. It was a yellow house, and then they tore it down. I'm trying to remember what they put up there. Oh,
Here it is.
they put up the, they put up a duplex, right? No, did they?
Yeah, they put up a duplex.
Townhouse duplex, okay. Yeah.
So I don't know that I have compelling evidence.
That wasn't that long ago. I mean,
No,
I can
it was,
try and
let's see when it was.
When did they actually put that up?
The subject looks like in 2020, 2021, looks like it was completed in 2021.
Yeah. Well, and used. I kind of read his writing here. 30 and 32.
30 and 32.
Of Sherwood?
I suppose, he didn't say.
Sherwood Place.
He didn't say, so.
30 and 32. Okay. Well,
he has no, I don't see anything that explains his
No.
ask.
Nope. I don't either.
I'm ready.
Do you have any other questions?
yeah, no.
All right, so I make a motion that we grant the appellant's value of $1,350,000. All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. Sherwood? Next one is number 730. A Bible of a appeal. But it's easy to cut to the chase on this. Number 730, Ann Goodshall. The address is 33 Victoria Court. Town value, $965,106. She's asking for a value of $790. She's saying that based on an independent property appraisal of $800,000 and a realtor's price opinion of $790, and she went right in the middle. Well, she took the $790 actually. With supporting comparables, she's asking to go to that figure. Because she feels it's, this is at the end of Victoria Court. Victoria Court's a little.
I used to live on Victoria Court.
Okay, so you know what? This lady,
There's like 4 houses
There's
there.
4 houses on it, yep.
Did you know that area?
She's way at the end, and she's.
Right on the highway.
She's right on the highway,
Right
yep.
on the highway.
The house sits way back, so she really is right on the highway.
Yeah.
She has a small home. She has an appraisal and the price opinion. Some of the comps are the same. And that what the agent is saying in her report is that the property has direct exposure to the Merritt Parkway, resulting in traffic noise and visibly impacting the property.
Oh, yeah, and I'm looking at that, she's got that long driveway.
That big, long driveway, yeah. Yeah, she's like, wow.
It's a shared driveway and then, yeah.
And she has a shared driveway, yeah. Home is 1,378 square feet. The rooms are small. There's limited living space. The house has not undergone any significant renovations. Updating is needed throughout. When she bought it, I guess, the original list price on it was $765,000, and she ended up buying it for $445,000.
What year was that?
It doesn't say. Oh, it does.
In
2012.
Yeah.
Let's say 2012. And it was on the market for 328 days.
Wow.
Even in a not so great market, that's a long market time.
Wow.
It is on the highway. Like,
Yep.
I'm not exaggerating.
And she's got all kinds of pictures in here showing you what her view is. She's got maps of where, and so if we go to the appraisal, they picked, you're not going to find something just like it, but they did pick Reading Road, Dunham Road, Hill Farm Road, Cross Highway, and Gilbert Highway.
She must have been the original one up there before the Merritt.
The house must have been the original house, yeah.
The other houses are a lot bigger, right?
Yeah.
I see you lived up there.
The house that was right, so there was the house that was right behind ours, that was the much bigger home.
Yeah.
We were the house right in front of that. So literally that shared driveway went up. I believe the subject property is to the left and we were to the right.
Oh, wow.
But so basically right across the street. And theirs was,
It's probably, I can't.
It was not
remember when the
new.
Merritt went in.
Oh, it's an older
She
house.
was built before the Merritt went in, yeah.
must have been.
Yeah, 1914.
So, I mean, what's her lot size and everything?
2 acres
2 acres.
in Greenfield Hill.
Because she's, there is a sale on that street in August of '24 for 135.
Right, a much bigger.
Oh,
house.
Was that
Which house?
Victoria Court?
40, yeah.
Yeah, that was my old house.
Yeah,
And Jen Jacobson bought it and then she's recently sold it.
yeah.
So
What did she
that,
what did she
I don't know what she
recently
recently sold it for, but I know what I sold it for. And probably the worst time, but I also know that you cannot compare my house to.
Right,
this house
two totally
at all.
different, yeah. Yeah, hers is a little cave,
Yeah.
yours is a, big
Was your location
apples
just
and oranges.
No,
Okay.
was slightly because I had one other house between me and the Merritt and
Yeah.
she is on the Merritt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a difference.
Yep.
But, I mean, what's her land value looks to be, I mean, so like, if it's about the same amount of land, it's the same, is the land value similar? I mean, she is on the side of the Merritt,
Yes.
so, right?
Again, my house had a one house buffer between us and the Merritt. She does not.
Yeah, her land value was $882,806. I would doubt that at that location.
You what?
I would doubt that would really be market value at that location. That I don't think anybody would want to pay for that kind of land, that particular type of land, they'd want to pay almost $900,000 for it.
If it was a vacant lot.
Yeah. If it was somewhere else on the street, perhaps, but not there.
You wouldn't get over 2 million for
No,
that.
you're not going to get 2 million. Right, who's going to build a house there?
What did Ford, can you guys look up what Ford you sold for? I mean, I guess
sold
I
it for
could.
1.3 in August of 2024, 135.
Yeah,
Right, I thought you said Jen Jacob.
She did.
just
So
said-
she bought it from me for 1,125. And then
Okay,
she
got it.
bought it for 1,069. And then, no, I'm sorry, we bought it for 1,125, sold it for 1,069. That's how bad we were dying to get out of there. And then somebody just bought it in 2024 for 135.
Okay, got it.
There.
I would say that the comps that were used, I would say that most of them, I flipped the page already, so I can't go back. I wouldn't go back. But they were in somewhat better locations, I would say. Dunham Road is busy. Now, part of Dunham is busy. Reading, busy. Gilbert Highway is kind of way far out. And Cross Highway, they're all busy roads. They don't, and that Cross Highway, I don't know where that is exactly, but that could be affected excuse me, by the Parkway. So based on,
Sorry, we're splitting hairs, but like I'd be inclined to give the 800, which is what the appraisal was, as opposed to the 790, but I'm happy with, if it's not a hill I'm gonna die on, those $10,000,
I
but
don't care either way, it doesn't matter to me. So what is everybody feeling, 800?
I'd be happy to grant it 790.
again, not gonna die on that hill.
Then I'll make a motion that we grant the appellant's requested value of $790,000. All in favor?
I'm opposed.
Okay. The next one is appeal number 256. 1035 Reading Road. Marvin Clark is the owner.
I have 1685 Reading Road.
Did I write that wrong? I'm sorry. My handwriting, I can't read my handwriting. 1685. I screwed that up altogether. 1685. Thank you, Stephanie. 1685 Reading Road, Marvin Clark. The town value is $1,314,600. And he's asking to go to a value of 950. 50% of his property is in a flood zone. And actually, the flood line actually runs through his living room, like if you looked at it on a map, right through the living room space. The lot is wet. Now, this is an interesting one because we always say how easy it is. Oh, you just get a variance. No big deal. You just get a variance. Well, he tried to put in an in-ground pool. And because of the flood line, oh, wait, is this the guy? Yes. I'm sorry. Wrong guy. This guy tried to, this guy is in the floodplain, like I said. He tried to put in, he wanted to put in an AUD. He can't put in a pool because the ground's too wet.
ADU?
He paid ADU, yep. He tried to do that, but he couldn't because they denied him. Conservation denied his application after he paid $5,000 for permits.
AED?
ADU.
ADU?
Oh, one of those dwellings, yeah. So he was denied by them. So he basically, I guess what they're saying is you can't really do anything extra with his land because you can't put a pool in either. So he's got serious water. If you look at his field card, this isn't just him saying it. This is right from the field card. In the front of it, he has very serious water and mildew, problem with marks on the basement walls up to 2 feet. And his sump pump has to be replaced every year and a half because of the water. And there's a mildew odor affecting the entire house. So that's the town saying that. They must have gone in there and inspected. That's not him saying it. So I guess we could take that as the truth.
Very serious water.
Very serious
How
problem.
many sump pumps does he have?
He didn't say.
Because I know
people
properties
that have
over there
four-
have had 4
4 or
and
5 sump pumps. Yep.
That's crazy.
So to find a comp that has in that condition, I don't think we're going to. He did not have that. He was basically, he put in maps showing how bad it is. If you look at, I don't know where his septic is going to go if they have to change it because there's no place to put it. They'll have to let him put it in, but it's going to be a problem putting it in. You have to get one of the.
Septic.
The septic.
Yeah, but because of that kind of, you can't really just put a septic in, you have to do perk tests, and they probably have to do an engineered system, and they're extremely expensive. So hopefully his won't need to be replaced anytime soon.
Is this a note on here? It says land revaluation increased 200%? Is that what that says? On that
It went
page?
from 391
What page
to
are we on?
943.
So it almost tripled.
That's kind of nutty.
Where do you see that? Because I don't even have that page in here.
It's on his
Oh, it's on his report.
revaluation
Yeah.
notice of assessment. It's on the town issued page.
So there's no way that property,
So that's a weird lot.
it is a weird lot too.
Wow. He's
This extension.
long, like a long driveway almost, and then it opens up. And so what is that back there?
I don't know.
And yeah, there's the flood zone. So he wouldn't even,
Yeah,
you wouldn't be able to put, yeah, like just to say he wanted to put a barn back there.
No.
You wouldn't be able to do a driveway there because of the
can't go through it.
wetlands.
Yep.
It's almost useless. He should just donate that piece. 'Cause, like,
They won't take it. They're fussy about what they take.
It's 140%, not 200, but
Still,
still,
that's a lot.
it's a lot,
a lot.
considering the condition of of the land.
Well, and did you see that map?
Yeah.
That piece in the back? It's like worthless.
This guy's a perfect candidate for Connecticut General Statute 12-63, which talks about wetlands and the setback. If he has wetlands, he has a setback. Plus, he's in a floodplain. So that statute tells you that if you have wetlands on the property and stuff, you have to consider any of the setback areas as wetlands. So that makes a bigger part of the property less valuable. And they have to be valued the same. So I looked at what we could do with this property. It's just too expensive the way it is. And I think that if we decrease his property value from 100% to 50%, comes to 512,785. Then we add the house and land back in, comes to 934,985, I believe.
He's asking for 950.
Yeah. So I would say, I don't think if there's an argument about the land, I'll hear it, let's hear it, but I don't really see an issue with dropping that land like that.
So what are you bringing this property value down to?
So we bring the property down to,
Well, we can't do that. They can figure that out there. I mean, he asked for 950.
so we go to 950, we put a note that we want to drop the property down.
Right.
We just want to drop his property down to 50% good. And then the assessor can figure out how he wants to do it. Right, so I'll make a motion that we accept the appellant's requested value of $950,000 with a note on the chart to the assessor to please adjust the land value to about 50% good, or what he feels will make the numbers work.
So wait, adjust land
Land value to approximately 50% good if that works out to that value.
50% good if it, up to that value. Okay.
All in favor? Okay. All right. Next one is, does this not look familiar? Oh, I grabbed the wrong one, damn it. Okay, I'll go on to this one. And number 17, that's the wrong one.
17.
Number 17.
Early bird.
Yes. The owner is Kathleen Rose Fish. The address is 700 South Benson Road.
Yeah, I know that house.
Townhouse are valued at $1,025,000.
Oh my God, stop it.
You can't make this stuff up.
Stop.
If it's right here.
Oh my
Let me
God.
make sure I got this right.
What's going on?
Wait a minute. Yeah, the town, this is wrong. The town,
64, I'm sorry, not to.
it's different than with the field card. I'm gonna go with the field card. The field card says the town value is $1,064,711. Stephanie, what do you have?
That's what I have.
Okay. And she would like to go to a value of 750,000. She feels it's an unfair value. She's enclosed some neighbors' homes that compare to hers. And then she talks about how she's lived in Field her whole life, and if things are getting so expensive, she's not gonna be able to stay here if we don't make an adjustment, which we don't consider, but she did mention it, so I'm just telling you. She did provide comps.
What's the second page of that field card?
I think I have it.
Did you drop it from here?
It's on the back.
I didn't see
They
it.
didn't, you know why? Because they didn't scan the back of it in. She is on 0.15 of an acre. And that acre is, that piece, that little tiny sliver of land is valued at $1,025,411.
Wait,
And
That's what her land is valued at.
And it's a 0.5 acre?
No, 0.15.
Oh, geez.
no way.
Her house is only valued at $36,000, and then there's another something that's valued at $3,000, but it's the land that's the problem.
Well, she gets the 2.35 adjustment for being in the beach area, and then this other BP4 of another 1.15%.
So she gets killed.
So she's getting, you know,
Oh my God, I can't.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, how do you do this to property? And of course, no one's here to discuss that. Where's the assessor when you need him?
Well, I mean, but listen, in all fairness, do you want him here? Because we can ask him to, come here or be available for that kind of conversation. I mean, we can't say we don't want him here ever and then want him when, I'd be happy to have
I
him
agree.
come because, right?
I'm the first one to say I don't want him here. I don't want him here permanently, but he should be available for questions. Like, he should have been able to explain to us early on, Because this isn't the only field card that has this. What do these mean? It would make it a lot easier for us to understand and maybe agree with.
BP4 mean? Does
We
anybody
have
know what
asked
BP4 means?
many times, and we haven't gotten an answer.
It's a code.
A 15% premium form?
Yes,
I feel like
because
we
you
should understand what that is.
Okay, well, I mean, I can see if he's available. I can,
can ask them.
where's my phone?
But why hasn't he answered us so far? Numerous people
Well,
have
so did you
asked.
ask him that question?
Not that specific for this property, but how is he coming up with these bump ups in numerous neighborhoods across town?
And are they new? Have they been here?
I've asked Ken that
Apparently,
because I don't get an answer.
He says
from
they're not
the
new, but they
assessor.
are new. These were never on the field cards before.
I fully admit that I've never analyzed a field card ever before this process, so I wouldn't know if they have been there or not.
No history.
Pretty sure in the 15 plus years I've been doing this,
That was never
I would
there.
have noticed that bump up before. I've never seen this before.
And I also remember, probably not last year, but the year before, during a meeting, it was mentioned that perhaps it would be a good idea to bump people up in certain neighborhoods. By one of the
Yes, it
members brought that
was.
up.
Yes, it was.
That was discussed, so that's why I know this hasn't been on the field card that long. Because it was mentioned, it was suggested by a board member to the assessor, and I guess he went ahead and did it.
Someone a 235% increase and then bump them up another 15%.
I 100% agree with you.
On
150%.
South Benson.
Yes, on South Bend.
No disrespect to South Benson.
Right, it's a busy road.
You know this house? It's a teeny tiny little.
Yeah, it's only, the house, by the way, the size of the house is small. It is,
I'm looking at the picture.
Built in 1940. I mean, it's a tiny little,
that's a tiny little house.
930
You're talking
square
about
feet.
the land value being bumped
Yeah, we're saying that the land value, yeah, we're saying that, but also the house itself is tiny, so you don't even have the benefit of a big house.
How much?
It's a corner lot, so that presents an issue for a builder. I mean, everyone
Yeah.
thinks corner lots are great, but builders
They're
don't
not.
like corner
I mean, the
lots.
value of the house went down, so that's not the issue here.
No, it's not the issue, it's the
That's what I was
land.
asking.
Now, while Peter's doing that, we can still talk. She provided some comps. Number 28 Newell Place sold in February of '25 for $815,000. That was, let's see, and then there's 431 South Benson, which was 1,041 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 3,175 square feet, sold for $1 million in 1224. So how could she be at 750? I mean, I'm sorry, how could she be over $1 million when that one sold for $1 million? And 457 South Benson, that's now, what?
230%?
457 South Benson sold in 12 of 23 for $710,000. If I adjust that to today, it comes out to $786,467. That house is 1,178 square feet. It's a two-bedroom, yes, two-bedroom, 1.5 bath, and it's on almost a quarter acre. So to me, that's a really good comp.
Which one, Paulette? I'm sorry.
457 South Benson sold in December of '23 for $710,000. I adjusted that up, and it comes out to $786,467. So $786,500 to round it up.
How
And that
much?
house,
How much?
87,000. I'll just round it up. That house,
And the adjustment is for
Time.
time.
yep, from '23 till October of '25.
Gotcha.
That is an 1,178 square foot house, so it's bigger. It has 2 bedrooms, has an extra half bath, and has almost a quarter acre.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that one that's at 787. So I don't see that her request is unreasonable based on that sale.
There's sale at 451 South Benson. I mean, I know it's a little bit bigger here, but for $1,040,000. And I mean, that was 11 of 23, so.
Sold for $1 million, oh, for.
Which one is that?
Yeah. 451 South Benson.
Yeah.
51?
451.
That's the land.
That was a quarter of an acre. That's all for 725 in 22. And,
Did they rebuild a new house? Did they, I don't know what's there now.
oh, okay, let's see. That was that raised ranch. Well, you know what, this is This is where that South Benson, it's like a little cul-de-sac.
Oh, yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
Goes,
It goes-
yeah.
Before you come to the stop sign in the corner. It's actually.
by the park.
Actually Peter Court.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's where that's.
Is that by the park?
Before, no, not that last stretch, no. But what do you
It's on
say?
the corner between Newell and South
Well, I'm saying
Benson.
it sold for $1,040,000 in 23, 11/20.
51.
November 23.
This is the same subject property,
20,
right?
No.
No,
it's
that's
the
number 40.
Number 40, okay.
No, I'm sorry, 451, sorry, 451.
451.
And for whatever reason, 451 only gets the 2.35 adjustment. They don't get that BP4, whatever that is.
Yeah, there's a problem right there.
Same street. Make that make sense.
I can't.
well, and it's a completely different type of house and property and everything. I mean, her property is that corner lot, and there'd be setbacks from all sides.
Right.
I mean, that's why she's only has a 930 square foot house on that lot, because it's just not a lot you can do with it.
It's cute.
It is cute, and she's got a great sense of style.
It's only got one bedroom and one bath.
But it's so tiny. And the lots down there right now, if it's a good lot, you can get over $2 million. She's never gonna get that. She'd never be able to build like that.
But is she going to get the value of the land that,
Well, the land is not as valuable as.
They say it is.
Because of the setbacks, or just
Just
in
the
general.
location, the
Corner lot.
setbacks, the corner lot.
Right.
If somebody were to pay that much for that property, they would have to build a house for $3 million, which is possible in the beach area, but
But not
not
there.
on that lot, not on such a small lot. And you see that on Roland Road and Penfield and Lally, where you've
Yeah.
got bigger lots. I don't even know if you could build a $3 million
I mean,
house.
there are two other sales that obviously are, must be, new builds for, I mean, same, I mean, obviously bigger than her land, but, 2.4, another one for 2.5 in 19 or 11, 19, 25, 4.16 and 25. So, I mean, obviously the land has value down there. So, I mean, her home is not what's bringing the value to.
But what we're
Or-
saying is
property.
that the size of that lot and the fact that it's a corner lot restricts what you can build there. It's not as desirable as,
You have to meet setbacks on both corners, both sides. It's not like a regular, just a straight across, you only have to meet one, you have to meet two. Well, she did, I have to say, her job was to make her case by providing comps. She provided comps that sold. I time adjusted the one because it sold earlier, but I guess the burden of proof is 51% convinced that they made their case.
I mean, you're talking about,
I'm
you're
convinced.
probably talking about 733 South Benson, which, yeah, it sold for 2.4 on a quarter of an acre. Much bigger, and that was actually a corner lot too. But it's a quarter of an acre.
Yeah.
You know,
Real property.
a lot different than hers. And it's got a 3,600 square foot house on it. You can
Well,
put that on that lot.
Well, but I acknowledge that, but she also, I mean, it could be improved, so, I mean, it's not, her home is not what's bringing the value.
Right.
Right.
But what's her lot worth?
And yet the comp is a little bit bigger house, but it's not the house that's bringing the value, yet that is a quarter acre. And that sold for, the time adjusted at 786 or 787, because I rounded it up, 787. So there's one. There's the other one that's sold. So I don't know. I mean, I understand your point, but as far as I'm concerned, she met her burden of proof.
And even at 750, that's like a 46% increase over, it's not like she's asking for a
Right, she's not asking for-
something
yeah.
unreasonable.
Her
She's
land
still,
went up over 200%. That's
she's
crazy.
still getting a 45% increase though.
Well, I mean, I don't have, I should have done it, but I
Some
didn't.
last of
I
that.
didn't do it. I'll do it. If I do another one, I'll do it the next time, but I'd love to know. I don't have time to do it now, but I should have looked to see what the value of the land was without all those extra things on it. I bet it comes down quite a bit. So anyway, I'm going to make a motion that we grant the appellate's value of $750,000. All in favor?
I'm opposed.
I
Okay.
am too. I'm just not convinced that's the right number. It might be close, but I can't
Whatever.
get there.
Okay. Next one is number 4.
Ooh,
Lucky number 4, yep.
he's waited all this time.
Yep. Yeah. Scott and Julianne Seymour. The address is 368 Rolling Hills Drive. Town value is $1,437,500, and they want to go to a value of $1,250,000.
Seen them in ages.
Their argument is the house across the street at 409 Rolling Hills Drive sold for $1,350,000 on 1/6/26. They've attached a comparison and supporting data for the appeal. Now, let me find it.
Yeah, that's a very specific neighborhood.
Yep, and that one has, by the way, the comp does have an in-ground pool, a better lot, and it's slightly larger. So those are the,
Where is it? I don't know.
Rolling Hills is way up, what street is it off of? Morehouse, right?
Yeah,
You have to go way, way, way up.
Yeah.
It's almost to Easton. It's like right on the eastern border.
right.
And it's a specific neighborhood because it's like you're so far removed from everything.
In fact, right at the end of Rolling Hill, you keep going and you are in Easton.
That's true, yeah. Oh, yeah, you are, yep. Okay. And they're also saying that there's inaccuracies probably on the field card. They do not have a finished attic. So it's not used as living space. They feel that materially inflates the value. I'm not convinced that it materially inflates the value. I think it inflates it somewhat, but not a lot. They've got a comparison of properties on Rolling Hills, the assessed values in 2025. There seems to be higher than 3 of them that are 2 of the other 2 that are on there. Includes a swimming pool. We talked about that already. More usable, flatter lot. Yet it is assessed at a lower value, but it did sell for $1,336,000. They have a steeply sloped front yard. Much of the front yard is not buildable or functionally usable.
Doesn't really look like that from this the field card picture.
By contrast, neighboring lots, especially 409, is substantially more level and usable. Okay. I think those lots are sloped, hence Rolling Hills.
What's the comp address?
It is, just a second, I'll go back to it.
368.
Oh, no.
There's a 368 and the
409, you said.
409, that's right, 409 is the comp.
It was an off-market sale.
Oh, I mean, that looks good to me. I mean, that one,
He's got a sold comp.
yeah, the house is a little bit bigger, a little bit nicer, but a pretty good comp. Lot size is comparable.
Yep.
Just sold for 135,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
there's no reason he should be more than that.
Right, there's no reason
At
for
the
that.
very least.
Yeah. So,
Well, there's two sales from November of 25 for 1/6 on Rolling Hills Drive. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3,048 square feet, so smaller, and 2.38, so obviously a bigger piece of land. And then also in November of 24, 580 Rolling Hills Drive, sold for 1,465. That's 2 acres. That is a bigger piece of, bigger house.
What was the first one? Sold for what, how much?
For 1/6. That was 550 Rolling Hills Road.
Oh, yeah, the kitchen was all redone. Oh, I saw this house. Marcia Lyman's house.
Yeah, it looks like.
Kitchen and baths were all redone. What about the
Twenty
subject's property?
twenty-five.
He didn't say that it was redone. And I don't, let me see the bill. I don't really think I see it. Let me see. Like the last time they did something based on the field card was 1999. Okay.
Probably, yeah, they didn't do much to it since they bought it. Oh, yeah, because it was built in 96.
Yeah.
And I know the one that just sold for 1.6, all the kitchen and baths have all been redone.
So when you guys say that, I'm just, because I was just doing some looking around, and I see like Ravis, has Ravis Refresh, right? Where they say, we'll come in, we'll redo your,
Yeah.
we'll do. So when you say it's all been redone, is that a Ravis Refresh kind of thing where, because they say that's gonna, I'm gonna increase your.
No, I was
you
looking
know,
at, I did see that house, and when I look at the photos, it refreshed my memory. I mean, it was like state of the art, all new, what the buyers want today, the white shaker cabinetry, the quartz countertop, the beautiful backsplash, the stainless steel appliances, all redone. Bathrooms all redone with a beautiful new tile.
But I mean, like permits are being pulled for that?
Oh, yeah.
Ravis,
I work for them, so unfortunately. So Ravis has a program. If you want to do it, it's Ravis Refresh. They they have contractors that they use. Yes, they pull permits. It's all done legally. Because otherwise.
I didn't think it was being done.
No, I mean, it's all done with permits, right?
They're
The
not
way.
just slapping a coat of paint on
They're not
it.
just putting a coat of paint on it.
Yeah.
And they will charge you through the nose for what they're doing. You're paying at the closing.
Compass
It's
has
not
that.
free.
Compass has that.
He started it and all the companies do it now. You're better off not doing it because you could get it cheaper because they're getting, you're paying, but he has to pay them, plus he takes his cut. So you're overpaying. I would never do it. I'd get my own contractors and do it. It's a money-making thing for him. And it helps sell the house faster, so it works in two ways. So anyway, anything else? Based on the comp that he provided, I'll make a motion that we grant the appellant's value for $1,250,000. All in favor?
I'm opposed.
Yeah, it still seems a little low to me. I'm opposed.
Okay. With the comp of 1.3 and change and a little bit better house, it still doesn't sit with you. Okay, just asking.
Yep.
Whatever. Next one is appeal number 20, 318 Lally Boulevard. This is a good one. I've never had somebody come to me with this before, and I kind of like what he said. We'll get to it in a minute. I never looked at a property this way, but he has a good point. I don't know if it's going to work, but he has a good point. So it's number 20.
Bumped out again.
It's Paul A. DeGennaro, 318 Lally Boulevard. Town value is, let me make sure it's the right one because I'm checking
He's
those.
asking for that much money.
What?
He's not even asking for much.
I know. $1,285,201 is the town value, and he wants to go to 1178901. Not 902, 901.
11789.
Number 20. Yep.
So frustrating, I guess.
He has a little cape, and I believe, I didn't do the math, but I should have. I listened to what he had to say, so I know what he wants. His whole argument is that it's in a flood zone, which we know. So he has to be careful if they did improvements, what they're able to do, because the house isn't FEMA compliant. He believes that a buyer coming in there would probably tear down the house, which is most likely the case because It's Lally Boulevard, and a lot of those capes have already been torn down and big giant houses have been put up there. He has to pay flood insurance the way it is now. It's 78 years old. It's not really the kind of house that people are demanding these days. And he believes that the home that's on the property at this point adds absolutely no value. Town has it valued at $96,200, excuse me. And so his whole argument is that the house has no value at all to anybody. And so it shouldn't be valued at $100,000, and he wants that removed. He believes that the house is worth what the land is worth only.
We aren't allowed to do that. Say, take the house off the,
No, we can't, we can't. That's his argument, we go.
We don't have to believe it.
So what he's saying is his land is worth 1,178,000.
Yep, that's what he's saying.
That's generous.
I know.
Well, and honestly,
No builder's gonna pay.
he also has the 2.35%, and then he's got a BP3 instead of a BP4, which is even higher than the BP4.
1.25.
It's 1.25. What's that for?
I know.
I'm inclined to take that off, to be honest. This is really aggravating.
You know what? I believe you. It's aggravating me too.
Really aggravating me.
Yep.
To not know what that is.
Peter, can you get an answer for us from the assessor? I mean, this is crazy. We have to know what this is, how they came up with this. And to say, I don't know, it was there before I got here is not good enough.
If you take off that 25% premium, that's $236,000 right there that would come off.
Yeah.
That's more than what he's asking for, and I'm inclined to give it to him, to be honest.
Exactly. Because honestly, his lot, is he saying that?
First of all, he's not saying his lot, anything about his lot, so why are we making an argument for him?
Well, no.
The other thing I'm gonna say, which is, crazy, he says it's not worth anything, I mean, I'm just looking at the picture here. I understand it's not, great value, but certainly it's right, I mean, I actually find the field card kind of telling, because right in front of his home, it says beach permit parking here, right? So obviously, that's pretty valuable, right? That's pretty valuable, being on the beach, it's pretty valuable, like having that, he has a garage.
He's not really on the beach.
Oh, okay, but he's in the beach area.
Yeah.
Right? And there's value to it. I mean, we're kidding ourselves if we don't think that there's value to that down.
No, I don't think
No, well,
anybody's.
I agree, there's value there, it's an expensive place to live, it's a very desirable location. But he's saying, and he does talk about his land, because it's small print, but if you really read it, he talks about
He's saying the value is in
Right.
his land.
the subject property would garner no more than the value of the land, currently appraised at 1,178,901, less demolition costs. Accordingly, the subject property in total should be appraised at not more than the present appraised land value. So he is talking about the land.
He's not, and he would never get 1,178,000 for that lot from a builder, would not pay that. They're not paying that much for those lots.
I mean, I'm fine giving it to him, but I almost feel bad because I feel like if we give it to him, he can't come back and ask for more. But
I don't think he'll ask for more. Yeah, the house is old, it's not updated. And does it have value? To Peter's point, in some way it does. It has very little value, but is it, I mean, he's.
especially because he's not FEMA compliant. His flood insurance is through the roof.
So they're not gonna, right, nobody's gonna fix that house up, they're gonna knock it down.
Yes.
They are.
So it really has no, and if we're looking at fair market value, not value of the person who lives in it, but fair market value is in the land, not in the house. So I guess I'm just gonna make a motion and get this over with.
But there are a lot of sales right on Lally Boulevard that, are similar, size lots to his that are, and obviously they're not talking about the home, these sales, but because I'm sure they're all, redone, but, in the 246 here, 2385, 2523.
Yeah, all new
They're all
construction.
redone.
I'm sure they are, but.
Not redone, new construction.
Yeah, new construction.
But that says that his land is probably,
No.
But how much were those houses purchased for?
If a new construction formula is a third, a third, a third, which is
Which
what
it
the
is.
builders look at. You know,
What's
a third to purchase the property, a third
To
to
build it.
build it, and a third is your profit for the builder.
That's the way a builder operates when he buys something.
So if, you know, if you're looking at 2.5 million, you're not gonna spend more than 800
Right.
on a property.
if those had-
Spending over, you know, 1.2 million on this property. I mean, I haven't seen
I haven't
that.
seen it.
Maybe for a half an acre,
Right, for a bigger lot.
yeah, that they can subdivide.
I think we sold one, it was an acre, and it was on Penfield, and we sold it for $1 million.
That house that was 2.5 million, that sold for 2.5 million, but prior to that, I'm assuming maybe as a tear down, it was sold for 918. Granted, that was in 2020,
Yeah.
but 918, it was not a $2 million house before. And I don't know what the land is worth now. We can look it up, or I'm in it, so let me see. Yeah, that land is being appraised at 117 of the $2 million house.
Yeah, I mean, here's one at 112 Lally Boulevard. It sold for 2.5. When in 24, it sold for 246, and that land sold for 810. So I mean, just
Same street.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah, cool, yep.
I make a motion that we grant the appellant's requested value of $1,178,900. All in favor?
It's 901, right?
No, 101, yeah. Sorry, let me get it right, yeah. 901, yes. All in favor?
I'm opposed.
Okay. Right, and my last one is appeal number 95. Mark J. Fernberg, 95 Puritan Road, single-family home. Town value, $1,975,284. They're asking to go to $1,775,000.
Wait a minute, this is 354 Old Field Road?
No,
Wait a minute.
number 22.
It's so weird.
What's the appeal number?
Appeal number 22.
Oh, okay. I had that wrong.
22.
I made a mistake, it said 95, I
Putting
think.
95.
I thought you said 95, yeah.
895. It's like, no, I want 95.
No, you want 22. I made a mistake.
Oh, it's.
You want number 22.
95
Gotcha,
Puritan.
95.
Address is
No
95
wonder I
Puritan.
couldn't pull it up.
Gotcha.
22.
I thought that was pretty cool that the appeal 95 is.
Address?
That would have been cool, my mistake. Okay. Let's see, based on a private appraisal of his home, with an effective date of 10/1/25, he feels that the appraised value of the home by the town is incorrect, too high.
So wait, what was the town amount?
1,975,284. Do
Okay.
you have his request?
And what is, yeah,
1,775, yeah. All right, so he has, he got an appraisal. Let's go to the comps. Okay, here we go. He used comps on Edward Street, West Morgan, and Riverside. I'm not crazy about the Riverside comp, but he's got some more.
Morgan.
Yes, West Morgan is off Old Post,
Right across from the Y.
right across from the Y.
Really?
Yeah.
I've lived here for how long?
Little tiny street.
Interesting.
I think there was a big old house there, and they tore it down and put a little street
Yeah,
there.
with the
Big old- I
Uncle
think that-
Hotel.
Yes, that's right. It was a big,
Okay,
mansard roof. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
He also has Mariners Way, Lally Boulevard, and Colonial. So I think all those comps are fine. The one I don't like is Riverside.
Yeah, and Mariners Way, that was a good comp because that was a similar look to their house.
Yeah. And also, I believe, I don't know where I find it on the field card, but one of the complaints was that he went from being a colonial to being a colonial enhanced,
Colonial in,
Expanded.
expanded, colonial expanded. Why does that matter? It's valued more because it's expanded. Anyway, it got bigger, so it's worth more money.
Right.
So it's regular colonial. But the assessor created this expanded or enhanced on some of them colonial, which gives them a premium. So they have, not only is it bigger and it's more money, now they have a premium to pay.
And they're a bump up, 1.15.
Yeah.
BP4.
Yep. BP4. Yep.
Congratulations, you're BP4.
BP4. Yeah. So I'm looking at the comps. Let me see what I write here.
For the record, I am also a B.
I like the comps.
I like the, oh, yeah, yeah. And actually, if you go back to the sales, just to clarify, it says that it's an unqualified sale. It was never sold at that point. It was just transferred from husband and wife to husband or husband. So yes, it's unqualified, but it doesn't matter because no money really changed hands. It wasn't really a sale. It was just a transfer.
That was back in 2002. Right?
Yeah, it was a while ago, but that was the last thing on the field card. So yeah, it was in 2002. But it was on the field card, so I thought I'd bring it up. So I like the comps. I have no issue with them. I'm okay with this.
Appraisal.
Yep, he has the appraisal. I'm good.
The appraisal came in at,
Appraisal came in at, I believe, the requested value, but let me look to be sure.
Yep, 177.
1775.
okay.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the appellant's requested value of $1,775,000. All in favor? Okay, unanimous. That's it, because this was the wrong one, so we'll have to go back and find that one later, but I'm good for now then.
Chrissy, are you behind?
No, I'm like, I have today's, so I'm not behind. So if anybody else is
We
behind.
haven't heard from you in a while.
I'm way behind. 4 days behind.
Oh, I am too.
This gotta get put back. Never mind.
I'll let you decide, Peter, who you want to go next.
I'm gonna, do you want to go? I mean, you're ready, you feel ready to go? Why don't you go now? Why don't you go now?
I'm behind, for sure. Okay. Look at this. We start with number 959. You know, actually, before I go, I really wanted to take a pit stop
Okay.
and get some water.
Okay.
You know, just mornings are,
959?
yeah.
959.
You'll all know more about it than me by the time I'm back. So, appeal number 959 at 1343 Mill Hill Terrace. I move we accept the appellant's value of $839,300. All in favor?
All in favor?
Oh, in favor? So I have it as the town and the ask are the same, is that
Yes, you're right.
accurate? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I chose to go by the appellants because I think that's what we normally do.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So the next one is 631. This is at 964 Congress Street. And the town is valued, it's $573,300. The appellant has requested $525,000 even. They have no renovations since they purchased it in 2003. It's only 1,300 square feet, built in 1950. It's on the north side of the Merritt. The shed in front of the house, the assessor valued it at $1,400, but it's just about totally rotted out. Boiler leaks, roof over 30 years old and leaking. Insurance company has requested replacement. Note that a section in which, if you want to look at pictures of the property, there's a building that was originally a horse barn. It's open and it's being used by,
Oh,
He's a building inspector.
and it's assessed, I guess,
which one is this? This isn't the one.
Very close to the road. It's in that stretch of Congress between the Hi-Ho and.
Oh,
I'm getting this confused with another one that I did that has.
oh, I know.
Outbuildings. It was assessed separately, the second building. The town considers the home non-conforming, but it's grandfathered in. They can't add a garage, a deck, or anything like that. The home across the street, 4-bedroom, 3-bath,
367 is
Sold.
the assessed value.
it's completely remodeled, sold in March of '24 for $620,000.
Is that the antique that sold?
I just want to say, it looks like that 360s, oh, okay, never mind. He does have both of them, okay. So with the appraised value he's looking for is 525. Never mind.
I'm not understanding what you're saying. So the appraisal from the town is 100,000.6 for the building, 471,300 for the land on which you can't build anything, and a shed for $1,400. So the requested value of 525 is not much of a reduction from the 573. I don't see any real reason why we can't give them a little bit of a reduction, because the land's not worth much if you can't build on it. Anybody have an opinion otherwise?
He's not asking for that much.
No.
I'm fine with it.
When is this, so he's got two, there is a separate building on?
Yes, but there's a shed in front of the house, which the assessor valued at $1,400. And I believe this is,
And does he rent this out? I mean, this.
I don't think so.
no,
I mean, it's actually saying this is valued at $3,869. On the field card, there's a separate field card for a small a small bungalow. That's what he's calling, is that the, I can't even. Am I looking at that correctly?
Yeah, I got it. No, the second building on property was originally a horse barn with, got open rooms. It was a
It
set.
doesn't look like anybody lives there. I've been by that a million times. I think that's just like
Trying to think of which one
a
it is.
shed.
I go by there every day.
I mean, it looks like a, it doesn't look like a
Very
shed.
close to the
It's
road.
got propane to it. It's got
Yes.
propane next to it, so, I mean, obviously,
But they said this other one was assessed separately. That's what they said, the hearing. And if we don't see it on the card, that's probably
this one's
correct.
called, it says 964 Congress. I mean, it's true, it's not, I mean, the 573 doesn't appear to include that.
Mhm. It says a building of 100,600, land 471,300, and a shed of $1,400 is what I saw on the card. That's how the town
Yeah,
came
well,
up
that-
with
a
it.
picture is not that of a shed.
He does rent it, yeah. You know what, I'm looking at a different one. I thought he had another, like a third.
I know there was another one that
He
was
does rent
sort of like
this.
this, and it confused me
He does rent
as
it.
well.
Multiple, yeah, I think he's got the cottage and I think he's got another shed on that property.
And he didn't even, I mean, he just knocked off $50,000 roughly. For no specific reason other than, whatever the shed is, he said it was mostly rotted out, and the assessor valued it
That's the one.
That's
he's-
$1,400.
That's not the one.
Yeah, no, he does
I
rent
mean, it
out.
shouldn't have gone up in
It's a lot.
value.
It's a lot.
Oh, yeah,
Point
Do anything with that.
yeah.
0.71.
And there's a lot of rock ledge there.
Yeah, there is, you're right. Now I know where it is. I
Yeah,
was trying to picture it. but now
that's
I know
why
where
the
it is.
buildings are close to the road.
Yep.
But honestly,
What did you say, Peter?
why are we?
I mean, that looks like it has a driveway that comes in from,
That is a 80.
You had some weird comps in there too,
Well,
like
his
Marlboro
comps
Terrace.
are
You can't use
terrible.
that.
I mean, maybe more house, but
Home across the street.
and actually, that's not even,
Sold in '24 for $620,000.
that's so far away. That's not even the Morehouse. I was thinking, he's thinking Morehouse off of Fairfield Woods Road. I thought
Oh,
he was
no.
talking about Morehouse off of
Yeah.
Congress. I can't do
Conklin
that.
Street is the address.
Right, but what's the one you said was across the street that this whole,
983 Congress, he said.
was in 2024.
Yep, 620,000. And it's bigger.
yeah, I mean, it's
Right.
it's over 2 acres.
Yeah. Not really a comp.
It has two buildings on it. Yeah. But
What's that?
it does have two, looks like it has two buildings on it like his does.
There must have been a thing to do at that time, to build these little cottages on the side. I don't know, send the kids in there to play, I don't, who
I mean,
knows?
that one on Congress 9, whatever that was, 938 Congress, that looks
983.
more like a shed.
983, right?
99.
But it's still cute, actually.
Yeah, no.
It's got like, looks like it has a cedar roof. I mean, unless I'm, maybe it's not cedar, but new.
That's
Yeah, it looks like a new roof, yeah.
a cute little house, cute little house. I think that's the guy that did the little putting green. Remember that house, Paulette?
Putting green?
Margie Judge had it.
No, I don't remember that one.
But I mean, that sold for what, 620?
In 2024.
I don't see his comps. I don't see.
He doesn't really have comps that he
No,
brought to
he
us,
doesn't.
other than trying with the one across the street, which is much bigger and has more land. But it only sold for 620,000.
It's a 573.3. I don't think that's so bad.
That's what the town value is, 573.3.
If he came to us with a compelling argument, yeah, but I don't see it.
Well, and he's not asking for a big reduction.
I know, but I don't think he's proved it.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go.
I tried.
So,
I move that we do it, that we accept the appellant's value of, for appeal number 631 at 964 Congress Street. I move that we accept the appellant's value of $525,000. All in favor? All opposed? Okay. Move on. Next one I have is number 260 at 291 Reading Road. The owner is Boris Mangel. The town has valued this property at $2,202,400. He's requested $2,100,000 even. The land on this one is valued at $931,000. The dwelling at $1,245,500. Excess land at $25,000. Their agent, just as a comment, suggested they list it for $2,100,000 and expected it would sell for less than that.
What? Who
What
told
was that?
Who told them that?
$2,100,000.
In this market? That's a funny thing to say.
So they had listings, comparable sales. If you, and I think you could probably see them in the card. 291 Reading Road, closed at $1,950,000. 410 Reading Road, and that $1,950,000 was in 2022. 410 Reading Road at $2,070,000 in May of 25. 150 Erin Hill Road at $2,100,000 in August of 2025. And 180 Merwin's Lane at $2,060,000 in July of 25. And 1615 Cross Highway in October of 2025 for $2,025,000.
So, 22.
I don't know these properties and didn't have time to extensively review them, but the Greenfield Hill one that sold in August.
They're all Greenfield Hill.
Yeah, I know. It sold in August of 2025.
All right, let's see.
It's pretty close to the same size, although it's a little bigger.
Comps. Okay.
The subject property is newer. The acreage subject property is a little bigger, but the home's a little smaller. I don't know which one you guys are real estate agents, you're probably better at figuring out which one of these comps is a better comp. Can you see the listing that he put in?
For the 338 Reading Road?
No, the owner of property is 291.
No, I know, but
Yeah, 330. No, that's 150 Aaron Hill. that I'm reading.
Aaron Hill.
That seemed closer than the others. But, and that's at 2,000,001, which is what he was asking. But they're all,
I mean, the comps seem pretty good.
Yeah.
I like them.
yeah,
And I'm just looking up some of those solds and they're all, I mean, he's
they're all recent.
right. And honestly, he's not asking for that much, but everything he's showing us is, nothing is more than 2.1.
Right.
And that's what he's asking for. So. And I like that comp on Aaron Hill too. I like the one on Reading Road.
One at Reading, at 338 Reading Road sold.
There's another that he didn't have.
Sold 826.25 for 255.
So that's more than he's asking.
Yeah, I mean, it is bigger square footage wise,
Yeah.
So that's probably not a
but
good
smaller.
Oh, yeah, 5,000, almost 5,200 square feet. But, but he's also given us the other comps that show lower, so he proved his case,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
He also has wetlands, conservation easement, together with the location of the septic system effectively restricts the use of a substantial portion of the lot. So, I mean, it's hard to value it any more than that.
Yeah, that's Lower Reading. There's a lot of water over there, both
Yeah.
sides of the street.
Yep.
It's kind of like right before it starts to go downhill, kind of flows there. So I lost
That's like where Carpenter's is around there.
Yes,
Right, it's a
exactly.
big messy, wet
Yeah.
mess, swampy, awful in there.
I had buyers back out of a deal right there
Yeah.
at Lower Reading because of the water after they did the inspection.
Don't have any more discussion? Can I
Nope.
make a motion?
Yep.
I move that we accept the appellant's request for appeal number 260 at 291 Reading Road, a requested value of $2,100,000. All in favor?
I'm going to abstain from this. I don't.
Okay. Not comfortable. Fine. Next one is appeal number 584. And it is at 1066 Merwins Lane. Owner is Nathaniel Stevens. The town has valued this property at $2,423,000 even. The appellant has requested a value of $1,875,000. This is a colonial. The new appraisal is 80% higher than 5 years ago. Wanted to make a point of.
How much?
80% higher than 5 years ago. That isn't particularly high compared to others, am I correct?
It's,
Yeah, the average is in
Yeah.
the 50s, high 50s, that's high to me, but.
So it's rated at 89% good. The pool is leaking and needs rebuild, which would cost anywhere from $75,000 to $125,000. The fence needs replacing at $20,000 to $30,000. Exterior painting job, $40,000. Original windows, $50,000 to $100,000 to replace.
Let's show the square.
Parkway noise. The comps all have finished basements. Land value increased 140% since prior appraisal. I don't understand how the land can go up 140%, but could this be a tear down? I'm not qualified to.
I wouldn't think that would be a
Oh,
tear
no,
down,
no, it's
but
not a tear down.
he must be close to the Parkway, no?
He's on the he's right on the corner of Quarter Horse and Merwin's. So,
There's no note about,
Adjustments for nothing.
He mentioned something about Parkway noise in his.
right, but he's not that close.
Where it is.
Right on that
Property is
corner.
located
It's
near
it's
Merrick
on the
Parkway.
south corner of Quarter Horse.
I don't remember what this was. Let me just quick.
All right, so in '23, he paid 2.1. Huh. Oh, yeah, that was Dr.
It's
Mayako.
close enough to the Parkway, he might
was?
hear it, but it's not right in his backyard.
Go to the dermatologist?
What's that?
Wait, might not have been, no. Anyway, I know that I saw that house.
So you see his comps, Quarter Horse Lane, Beadling Hill Circle, and Fair Oak Drive?
2.1 for it in '23,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, that's not much.
Time stamp that.
2,359,560.
What?
I did it for 2 years. I didn't
Yeah.
go by month.
And that brings them to what?
2,359,560.
All right, so the town has them at 2,423. We can grant it in part to 2,359.
I'm not following this discussion.
Bought it in '23 for 2.1. So time adjusted, it will give them a partial, but it's still under what the town says he is, but it's not, we can't give him what he wants.
Right, so you understand, he bought it for 2.1 in 2023. And so, time adjusted, it brings it up to 2,359,500.
359.5. Okay, I didn't think of that approach. Which is,
Well, let's just do that if everybody's happy.
Okay.
I'm good.
okay. I move that we, on appeal number 584, I move that we
Grant in part.
Great, thank you. Trying to think of the word grant. Grant in part, the value, the appellant's value to $2,359,500. All in favor?
I would be curious when we talk about if it's high or low, like, obviously the people coming in, they have seen higher than average increases, 100% or whatever.
Yeah.
What neighborhoods got the only 20% to offset
I don't
that
know.
to get us to 50?
We haven't gotten to one yet.
There is a map somewhere.
Is there? I'd just be curious to
That's an
know.
interesting question, yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
Because that 50 was residential, right? That wasn't, was
Right.
that including commercial?
I believe
I
it
don't-
was.
Commercial actually dropped.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe
believe it was
that's what was
residential.
bringing all these 80s down to 50s. So I would be curious who the residential ones
Yeah.
who had, there have to be enough in the 20s to offset these hundreds that we're seeing or 80s that we're seeing to get us to the 50. And that's all. That's not a today issue. That's just a
That's an interesting point.
pontificating out loud.
And I don't think everybody that's coming into appeal had their values increase significantly. Some people just do it on principle.
No, I agreed, but I feel like we've seen enough that there were so high that,
I can't even imagine why we're saying that, because everyone that I saw, with the exception of a couple, it was a significant increase. Who's going to come here on principle? Who's got the time? I don't.
there's a couple people.
There's
But not a lot. I agree with you.
Not a lot, yeah.
Majority,
No,
a majority.
had big
are.
increases, but
Yeah.
So Chrissy, if you go to the, well, if you go to the assessors page and then go to, there's a link for 2025 revaluation.
Okay.
and then click on that.
Wait, not the Board of Assessment Appeals one, just the regular assessor's office?
Yeah, right, the assessor's office, and then go, it says there's a link for like the 2025 revaluation, and then there's a link for, if you scroll down, you'll see a link for, I think it's a sale.
So the property reval,
Let me
grand
see.
list totals, or no?
No, so you scroll down, it'll say listing of sales, and click on that, and then it says, I don't know, it says forms and documents, I don't know why. But then there's different links in there.
Neighborhood map.
Yeah, and it'll tell you.
Oh, I've
like,
got them all
who's
printed
changed.
out right here if you want to see them.
Oh, but. I just,
So the
It's
2025
for the-
neighborhood map will show you like,
Who got the low increase, Elaine?
right, but what does the color mean? Does that indicate how much their increase was?
I believe that does, yeah. I mean, that's
Oh.
right there.
Minimum sales by company, yeah.
So this is, light green, so not many.
I must be looking at the wrong map then, because,
The one I have is not the maps, it's just the printout of all the,
Shall I move on?
Sure, what's the next number? Yeah.
Appeal number 598
no, here we go.
at
598, did you say?
598
That's it, right here.
at 675 Reading Road, Sally and Robert Pisty.
What's the appeal number?
The town is valuing
598.
property at $1,068,100. The appellants requested a value of $870,000. They had an appraisal.
Oh, good.
They didn't let the appraiser go into the home.
Okay.
I guess they let him
Sounds
step
like Tyler.
in and get a glimpse, but that's,
No different.
who knows why. It's a 3-acre property in a 2-zone area, and they can't really easily split it into 2 separate properties.
Oh, here it is. Oh, yeah, it shows it.
The appraisal came in at $870,000, hence that's what the appellant's requested value. The appraiser's comps are at 675 Reading Road, a ranch. I write down how much that's sold for $851,000. Then it's at 1711 Reading Road.
Wait, I'm confused. So it says here the mailing address is 645 Reading, and then, so the property we're talking about is 675 Reading?
That's what my records say.
Yes, and it's crossed out on this,
So he obviously owns both.
on the file that they sent in, they crossed out 645 and wrote in 675.
Well, the field card says, yeah, it's 675, okay, and then they live at 645, okay, got it.
So, yeah. So 675 appears to be the right address. The ranch, built in 1951, 1684 square feet, 3-bedroom, 3-bath. And comps are colonial at 1711.
Colonial, no, can't do a colonial to a ranch.
315, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1576 square feet. 203 Wildflower Lane, a ranch, sold for $925,000, 5-bedroom, 3-bath. It's bigger than the subject property. 2468 Congress, sold for $702,500, in 1953 build, so it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. And lastly, 400 Dunham Road, sold for $780,000. And he time adjusted it to roughly $800,000.
Okay, is that?
Other than the fact that there's nothing that's jumped out at me to be absolutely like this property. They're all in sort of the same range that the appellant is asking for. Between 700 and 900,000. And the appellant's asking for 870,000, which is on the higher end of the average.
Let's see what the other comps are. I mean, I understand why he used Reading, because it's rare to find something in that 2-acre zone in that older condition in that price range. So even though it's a colonial, I get
Yeah, that's why he's using it.
Use that. I'd rather see some more accurate, like ranch comps. Let me just see what.
Well, there's a ranch at
A couple of
Flower
ranches.
Lane,
Yeah, I'm looking.
The ranch at,
925,000. Built in 64. It's bigger than the subject property.
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't sell it. I showed that. Yeah, that's a good one, and that was twice the square footage, 3,000.
Yeah, it's definitely bigger than the subject property.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the fact that it sold
Okay,
for,
good comp. Good comp.
but it's good, but it's more money.
Yeah, but it was twice as big.
Yeah. And then there's another ranch at 2468 Congress.
I see that one.
That's closer in size.
Yeah, I don't want to browbeat this. But. The 2468, yeah, that was a Cape, but still older condition.
I mean,
7025, yeah.
the land is appraised at 931, 100. His the dwelling is at 53,700,
Which one
53,000.
are you talking about?
675 Reading Road, the subject.
The subject
Yeah,
property.
so I mean, the dwelling doesn't have huge, that's not a huge amount of the value, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well, I think
there's a lot of sales on Reading Road that,
Well, if we went and looked at all of these, we may find the same situation.
But he's got, I mean, yeah, there's probably there are a lot of sales, but are there a lot of sales with a 1,400 square foot little ranch house?
Not that
Probably
many.
not.
but we're talking about the land though, right? The land is what the value is there.
Yeah, but even that one on Reading that had 2+ acres, that sold for, what did I say that sold for? Sorry. That had a barn on it too, and that sold for $815. So just because you're, 2+ acres on Reading Road doesn't mean you're going to be selling for $1.5 million.
None of these comps that the appraiser brought in sold for big bucks. They were
I
all
think
older
it's decent
homes.
comps. I like it.
And they weren't
It's an older
huge. They were
home.
all not too big in square footage.
Yeah, I'm ready to vote.
What's that?
I'm ready to vote.
Anybody else?
I'm ready.
Me too.
Okay. For appeal number 598, at 675 Reading Road. I move that we accept the appellant's requested value of $870,000.
890.
890,000.
Wait, it's a grant, it's in part then?
No, it's eight, I thought it,
Because I see it as 870 on my,
So do I.
oh. Did we change it?
This is on the, you know,
I thought you said the appraisal came in at 870, right?
Okay.
and 870 is the requested value.
On the application, it says
Says
890.
Appraisal came in at 890.
Oh, it came in at 890, okay.
What came in at,
Appraisal came in at 890.
Oh, the application says
That's what you
890.
just
was it a
misspoke.
grant in part then?
No, it should be 890.
Should be,
in
so.
full.
Be 890.
Asking
That's,
for it,
all right.
right?
well, he apparently filled out the form with the town to ask it.
Form says 890 on it.
You know, it's,
Actually, the form that the town provided says 870.
Which forms?
What?
Yeah, like the forms that, the pre-filled forms that we got.
Oh,
Or,
But his form says 890.
Yeah.
his does. say-
Typo,
It's
I
written-
have the typo.
His says 890.
unless I would go with 890 because
Yeah.
that's what the appraisal came in for.
so what do we,
Okay, well, I'm just going to say to you, I'm just going to say to you that I'm probably going to vote against it. But if we grant it to 870, right, versus the 890, then he wouldn't be able to come back. I don't know, does that make a difference? I don't care what,
I'm fine with the 890. The appraisal's 890.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's what he wrote in, so I would think.
Yeah, I think 870 might have just been a typo. I'm
It's just a typo on their part.
Yeah.
So the ask amount is 890.
890.
okay, so go ahead and make this.
all in favor? Opposed?
I'm opposed, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I need a break.
Okay.
And according to
To start class, the recording has started.
So the next one is appeal number 599. It's at 645 Reading Road. The owner is Sally Pisty. The town has valued this at $1,065,300, and the appellant is asking for $890,000. Now, I just did appeal number 598.
Yeah.
And it's almost the same.
Yeah, with the appraisal. So we're ready to
With-
vote.
With the
I'm good.
same appraisal, same comps,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
890 is the value we
Yep.
approved, 598. Trying to think if there's anything else here that we adjusted it for acreage, 1.1 excess. That's from number one. Number two is a larger home. These are the comps that the appraiser did.
Yeah, well, we just went
Number three is
over,
an inferior location, smaller lot. Number four, Dunham Road is 800,000. So
well, how do you feel about it, Laura?
it seemed fair to me what the appellant was
So would
asking.
are you ready to vote on it?
I'm going to move that we approve the appellant's requested value for the home at 645 Reading Road, appeal number 599, in the amount of $890,000. All in favor?
And I'm opposed.
Okay. And my last one is appeal number 904. This is at 392 Morehouse Lane. It is vacant land.
I love vacant land.
You said you love
Yes,
vacant?
I love vacant land.
There is a structure the town says is a barn. It's really an open shed and not enclosed.
Oh, I remember reading this one.
This is, and then there are photos of it.
I love the revalue.
Bill 290.
This is one, but you can't see the whole thing. Anyway. Yeah, here.
I know, isn't it something?
Margaret.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a beauty, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really valuable shed. You think? I want one of those.
It costs more to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's why it's still there, yeah.
You're right. Town calls it a barn. It was built in 1993. But the appraiser can't really determine that that's a correct date. Roof not good. It's
the
used for
value?
storing hay by a nearby neighbor who uses her land as farmland.
He's literally asking for less than $14,000.
What's the
Oh, yeah.
town amount?
Town
Oh,
amount
I'm
is,
sorry, town value was 534,800. Requested value is 521,240.
Done,
Yeah.
done, let's go.
Yeah, we're good.
well, but it
But,
said that they allow the neighbor to store, right? So did they say what they charged for that?
It does not say that he's charging for it. Does not
I
say.
mean, in my estimation, that outbuilding is worth nothing, because it's just.
Right.
But I mean, if it's able to dry, if
They're
you're,
valuing that at 20,000 to 600, and she's only asking for 13,000
So
less.
he's giving it some value.
Right, exactly.
I'm just, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's fair.
Ready?
So yes, go ahead and you can make it.
I move that we, on appeal number 904, we accept the requested value from the appellant of $521,240. All in favor? Okay. Done.
All right, do you mind if I go?
No,
Go
go.
ahead.
Your guest.
We debated on whether to wear this fleece today, and I'm really glad I did.
Yeah. Definitely got chillier out.
Can I ask, how did you get through 45
Which kind?
appeals in a night?
Because we didn't have to take any breaks, because there was like 7 of us here, so if anybody had to go to the bathroom, just go. We kept going.
Yeah.
Well, it's done.
It does help.
Yeah, it does help.
Right.
And we
Okay.
got tired of being so close to each other that we
Yeah.
wanted to get out of there.
All right, this is appeal number 6.
Ooh, early.
Oh,
All right.
Which one?
um,
96.
Number
Oh,
6.
06, right?
006.
All right, so this is, the owner is Andres Galindo, Galindo, and the property is 10 Naps Park Drive. It's a half duplex. It's 960 square feet living area, 3 beds, 1.5 bath.
What's the town amount?
And he does have, I'm sorry, yep, sorry. Town, 463,562, and he's asking for 435. And he does have an appraisal from March of 25, so, we want to adjust that for 6 months. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Please, thanks.
I'm sorry, Peter, what was the
35.
435.
35? Okay. 6 months would be 3%. 448.50.
So, there was, he did provide, some comps, 17 Meadowbrook, 88 Campfield, 165 Warsaw, those were in the appraisal. Okay, the 165 Warsaw is a ranch, though. So, this was a half duplex. There was, I just said that there was another ranch just because it was the small size. 20 Casimir for that was like 988 square feet. That sold twice actually, once in 24 and then again 25 for 579. I don't think this is worth 579 for sure, but, I would entertain that adjusted value to 448.
But if it was done in March of 25, comps that, he used, he time adjusted that to the base valuation year in 25. So you're just bringing it from March up to October is what you're saying?
That's what he did, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
448, yeah.
Okay. So I make a motion to grant the appellant's value in part to 448,050, did you say?
Yes,
Yeah,
448,
60,
50.
oh, 50.
48050?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we did vote. We did vote.
Did you? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I think,
Was it unanimous?
yes,
Okay,
sorry.
it's okay.
My next appeal is number 782. Okay, the Owner is Lisa Cinto, Scinto. This was Rob Russo presented this. And it's for 395 Villa Avenue. The town valued this property at 470,900, and the appellant's asking for 350,000. It's on .11 acres. It's 940 square feet. It's 4 bedrooms, 1 bath. It does have a condition factor of 9 for the traffic. It's basically right at the intersection of Villa and Melville.
Oh, okay.
Right, so it certainly does. The,
Question, how do you get 4 bedrooms and a bath and 940 square feet?
Well,
It's a little
because
tight.
It's a cape and it's not shed dormered and that, so in a cape, they take a third off of each room, square footage. They'll reduce that by a third. So it might,
So it's actually bigger, but
Bigger than it's.
it doesn't measure that way.
But it does say total rooms is 4. So that doesn't.
I don't know.
You know what, you're thinking,
Okay.
you're thinking there's a dining room, they're probably using it as a bedroom.
Maybe.
so,
You see that a lot in the Capes.
so he used 138 York. I'm just going to say it was an unqualified sale, and that was 233,
what number on York?
138 York. That was 233,200 was the sale price there. That's on .29 acres, and it's 1,352 square feet. He also used 173 Jennings, which again was an unqualified sale. Also, it's a multifamily. That was 430.25. That was for 370, and that was it's on .12 and was 2,488 square feet with a .9 condition factor. Then there was also, which he said, he felt like this was what the town was using, 54 Second Street, which was 129.25, and that sold for 465. And that's, on .11, same amount of land, but 1,439 square feet. But, there was a sale on 7 Melville, which is actually literally right across the street. It's right on the corner of
7 Mill Hill.
Melville.
Melville.
That's right on the corner of Villa and Melville. So it's we're literally across the street from this home. And that sold in September of 25 for 590. And that's, .14 land and 1165 in the square footage. I think that's a better sale in terms of just the condition of, the traffic, and because, you get all sorts of traffic coming down the hill, Melville to that stop sign, and Villa, it's a 4-way stop, or it's a 3-way stop, actually. So, anyway, I don't think he really made the case, in my opinion.
You don't think,
And did she, I'm sorry, did she mention 303 Villa?
Did not.
Because that closed in December of 25 for 350.
303 Villa?
Yeah, it's a 2-bedroom, 1.5, 823 square feet. So a little bit less.
I will say hers is nice, nice and done. I don't know how much, I'd have to go back and look at the field card to.
And that was on 1/4 acre. The 303 Villa.
And when was that sale?
That was in December of 25. 350. Small house.
The subject property is cute.
Yeah.
what's that?
It's-
The subject property is cute. Yep.
Where is, let's see.
I like the Second Street comp too, because it's very close to where that is.
Yes, yes. it
It's
is.
a quieter street, but it's a very similar location, so I really like that one. I don't want to use the one that was a two-family.
But what's the number on second?
54.
Yeah, that closed for 465.
Yeah.
The town has her at 470,900. I mean, and this is a better location.
Yeah.
And in beautiful condition.
I think I used that comp in one of my appeals. It's a
Yeah.
really, it's in
Yeah.
brand new looking.
And so,
I'm looking at that 303 villa. I don't even see how, I mean, it must be, it's a shared driveway, I guess. Because it's a back property, it's a back lot off of Villa.
I didn't know there was any backlots up the Villa.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
Surprised.
Actually.
let me see. Oh, yeah, you're right. There's like a, that's interesting. Satellite here. Oh, it's a shared driveway. That's why.
So, I don't know, I mean, I
I don't think so.
don't think they need their case. I don't.
Okay.
Right, so.
I don't see it, do you?
Yeah.
So, I make a motion to request the appellant's value at $350,000. All in favor? All opposed? This one is, my next appeal is number 61, which is Rima and Ramsey, R-A-M-Z-I, Bishuti.
Oh, Rima
B-I-S.
Remo Shitty, yeah.
You know them?
She's a realtor.
Oh, okay. So, it's number 61, right? And the town's valued their property at $1,231,000. And they're asking for $950,000. Did I say 44 September Place?
Yeah. No, I don't know if you did, but.
It's 44 September Place.
I didn't get it, yeah.
Yeah, I read this.
All right. So this is,
What's the ask again, Peter?
the ask is $950,000.
Pretty big.
Okay. So this property is on .44 acres. It's 2,668 square feet living area, 4 beds, 2.5 bath. Their argument was that, you know, let me just get the appeal up here. You know, it's too high. It says third of his property setbacks that prevent him from developing it. See the survey. In addition, my property is on a private road, which prevents me to receive services, for example, plowing from the town. All right.
Do they have town sewer and?
Where
water?
is that? I don't know where,
Right
Near Osborne Hill School.
off of
Up Stilson.
Stilson, yeah.
okay.
If you're going from the center, it's before you get to Osborne Hill School.
Yeah.
It's on the left.
Like by Pansy? No.
No, before Pansy.
It's right after the Teddy
Intersection,
Gruber
right?
bench.
Okay,
Is
yep.
that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I gotta pay more attention. I feel like these streets I drive by every day. I'm like, I don't know. How many places are?
So, okay, so he didn't he didn't provide any comps. Well, I just want to make sure I'm saying that correctly, because he did provide the maps there, okay? And showing that setback. Now, I mean, I will say, looking at this, like he showed this map here, right? Showing that, but you know, if you look at it, I mean, it's a side yard. And yeah, I mean, it does obviously, you know, goes around a corner there. I mean, it is off of the road. I mean, it's pretty close to the road, you know, and that would be the reason for the setback, I'm assuming. You know, as far as the private road and not having services, again, you know, you purchased it this way. You know, I can't, you know, I understand. I mean, if you want to break out for me the cost of, well, actually, they don't even have to plow, right? I guess no plowing, for example, plowing. You know, I suppose, right? That would be a way of doing that. But, you know, that's how they purchased it. It is, I mean, he did say that, you know, the traffic can be pretty difficult on Stilson, you know, trying to get out of there, this road. I mean, and, you know, I do, you know, can see that would be difficult. I mean, this is actually, I thought, you know, and again, I didn't really know the street, but it seems like kind of a cute little street. It's actually, you know, their home is, you know, further down, not further down. I mean, but it's down a ways from, you know, Stilson, so it's set back off of it. They do, you know, they are, you know, near, they back up to Osborne Hills school, you know, but anyway, so I, you know, looked around. I mean, I just looking at the different other homes on September, you know, they seem pretty much in line with the other homes on September. There are only 4 homes on September. And then there was 875 Stilson, which is directly across the street from September, sold for 904. Now, I do say that's, you know, a lot less, but in March of 25, but that's also 0.29 acres and 1,300, just over 1,300 square feet, so a lot smaller property. 687 Stilson sold in November of 24 for $1,083,000 or $1,083,000. And again, that's, you know, smaller land, smaller, actually bigger square footage there. 4 bedroom, 3 baths.
Is that one of those new big ones that they put up over there?
I mean, you'd have to look.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. And then there were 2 sales also in the 1.3 range, but those were in 559 Stilson and 1070 Stilson, so they're down a little bit from where he is. And those were actually, anyway, I personally didn't think he totally made it, but I mean, I can understand the traffic aspect of it being a problem.
He doesn't have a condition factor on his property for backing up to the school. Sorry, and the traffic that he's on that
Yeah,
corner.
but that school was there when he bought it. I mean, it's not like that school just popped up, right?
Yeah, but
It's been in the assessed value for.
still, is he still impacted?
You know, if you're a family wanting to move into that, you're right there where your school is, you're walking, you know, to school.
Well,
I think one of the sad things is, though, that the town, there's nothing we can do about it. We can't figure out the value, but the town should consider the private roads. When you live on a private road, yeah, you knew it when you bought it, but you shouldn't be paying what other people are paying in taxes because you're not getting any of the services.
I'm assuming
That's something but we can't fix that. The town really has to make the adjustment there. I wouldn't even know how to do that.
Peter, I assume he has water and sewer services.
yes.
Sometimes you're on a private road, you don't even have that.
Yeah. He just mentioned the plowing. That's all.
And well, and when you're on a private road, you also have to pay for your private insurance too. That's another.
Yeah, you have to have private insurance for that.
Private insurance. I know that.
Cover
for a
what?
fact. Or if you're on a private road, you have to have private. So if somebody falls
On the road.
street, you know,
They're taking a walk and they fall, you're responsible.
homeowners, you have to have liability insurance. So if we give him a .90 condition factor, it would bring him to 1,154,908. He's asking for 950. Town has but 1,231. To me, that would be something we can consider.
I'd consider that. I think 950 is too low, but I would consider, I would
950 is
consider
too
that.
low.
I think it's low.
Yeah,
I would
agree.
consider giving him a factor
Considering
for his land
his
and the
location
traffic.
And the fact that he's a private road is something to be considered. So 1,154,908, 1,155, say.
I could go there.
Okay, all right, I'm going to make a motion to grant in part to a value of $1,155,000. All in favor? I guess, so Stephanie, if you would just make a note that, you know, we think there should be some kind of condition factor for the traffic and the,
Private road.
.90, yeah.
I don't know.
And private road?
Yeah, I don't, I mean, yeah, I guess, sure, throw it in.
Yeah.
So that's 1,150,050.
1,155,000.
55.
Yeah. This next property is, let's see, that's not what I want. All right, this property is, this is appeal number 45, appeal number 45. And it's Maxwell Albany's, and the address is 130 Melville Avenue. The town has valued the property at $576,100. The appellant asked for a range from 415 to 435, so I guess 415 would,
Yeah, that's what I have.
yeah, so, all right. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's 1,627 square feet. It's on 0.24 acres, and it does have a 0.95 for traffic. This is very close to the other property we were talking about before. Definitely up the road a little bit.
This is at 130 Melville
Yes,
Avenue?
yes,
Okay.
that's correct, yeah.
This-
And he purchased this property in November of 19 for $439,500. So, hard to believe.
That wasn't even an inflated mark.
And so I just looked at some of the sales that were on Melville that were, comparable to him. So 92825 was the 7 Melville, which we talked about before. That's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. That was for 590. And then 7/125, 369 Melville, on about the same amount of land. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, same, like actually smaller. All these actually are smaller, except for one, smaller square footage. That was for 515. This one, there was another one on 10/18/24 at 499 Melville, on 0.298 acres. This one was a colonial, 1,700 square feet. That was for 610. There's another one, 515 Melville, and 5625. That sold for 550. That was only 960 square feet. Ranch, 42225, 561 Melville, 960 square feet. That sold for 500. That's 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. And then on 4224 at 1663 Melville, 1,270 square foot cape for 719. I didn't think he made his case. So, especially the fact that he, bought it for 439. Now he's asking for something, less than that. And
When did he buy it?
in November of 19,
November of,
2019,
okay.
for 439.5.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't feel like he made his case.
Unfortunate. Yep.
I know.
So I'm going to make a motion to grant the appellant's value at $415,000. All in favor? All opposed? Okay. All right, the next appeal is number 46, which is the same appellant. And this is for 85 3rd Street. So it's Maxwell Albanese, 85 3rd Street. The town's valued this property at $174,400.
What?
And he's asking for it to be valued at $36,000.
I missed the appeal number.
Is it land?
Number 46, yes,
Is it just land?
it's just land, yes.
Well, they have $1,700
Yes,
worth
they do
of
have
whatever that is.
a little bit.
Yeah.
So he purchased this, but there was no sale price given in June of 22. It does have a condition factor on the land, so it's 0.4, and it's 60. It says 60% the size, less than 60% the size topo. He says it can't be improved. And it was previously assessed at $97,500. All right.
Previously being
The last.
last appraisal
Yes,
period.
yes, right. That he does have a shed on it. I mean, if you look at the field card, you can see that he's got a nice fence that he's put up. Maybe that's the $1,700 improvement, but he also is using it it backs up to his 103. It's, right behind on 2nd Street, his 103 Melville. And, does it have the value of what the town's value it? I'm not sure. I mean, vacant land is, there are plenty of sales that say that vacant land is.
Is it landlocked or something? Is it landlocked? It says it's behind his other property.
Right, but I don't believe it. But let me, I'm
It's
No, it's not? Okay.
So what is the value in this land?
So his property is on the corner of, it's adjacent to it, Melville and 3rd, and this is the next lot.
Oh, okay, the next lot in.
But it's a buildable lot. Yeah.
But he says it's not, so I
He
wonder
said it's
why.
not.
Well, I
It's
mean.
unbuildable and
it's
non-conforming.
0.11.
Okay.
So, it's not a
Not
preferred
attractive to
place
buyers,
for
right.
owner. But, you could put up a little house.
Are you looking at a map?
Yeah.
Let me see.
So my question again is, what is the value of this land?
So,
Click on the MLS, right? Click on the parcels.
No, I know the town valued It had 174.
You should be able to click on it and we can see
Yeah,
the lot dimensions. That's what I want to look at.
Why would I buy this land?
50 feet
Well,
Just this
if you want a
price.
house at 130,
square feet. Yeah, if you want more yards. It's not a
it
duplex.
provides,
Not a duplex lot, but,
you know,
What is
plus he's
it?
using it for,
oh, that's what's wrong.
It's an A
For
zone.
Oh,
what?
it's way too small. It's in an A zone, and it's only a .11 lot. You need at least a .23, I think, or 22, so it's half of what you need. So to get a variance for like a lot half the size of what you need, it's not gonna work. You're not gonna get it for that. It doesn't meet any of the setbacks. Front line setback, real, it's just way too small. So it's just extra land is really what it is.
If it had an existing house on it.
Yeah, then you'd be able to
they could
tear
work
down all but
around
one
that.
wall of it and then redo it.
what if he wants to expand his own house?
Well, it
That would
depends.
be into that property, right?
It would be it would be valuable to him if it made it able for him to do it. If he already has a lot big enough to do it, then it's just excess land. But if he couldn't do it without that land, then yes, it becomes a lot more valuable.
Is it someplace that he could make it into a parking lot
I mean, he's using it as a parking lot. I mean,
for
he's not-
himself?
it looks like, there's, on the field card, you can see cars parked there. You can see a little shed on there, actually. Actually, I think that's what the 1,700 is the
I don't know
shed.
that it's worth $172,000.
It's,
Money.
200,000. 174.
174.4, yeah.
I don't hate that number. I mean, but I don't know, I don't have a lot of
I think
experience
the-
with vacant lots, but
No. My argument would be, I mean, did I see on here where's his face sheet? No, it's not the one. Okay. No, it's not what I was thinking.
I feel like 36 is also so arbitrary, because if it's worth nothing, then it's worth nothing.
Well, it's worth something, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely worth
Well,
something.
especially it's worth something to
although if his lot is the same size.
next door.
His lot is,
Well, he's the
What's
only
that?
one.
His lot is a lot bigger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. His lot is 10,000 square feet.
All right, so he already has enough to
Yeah.
build in there.
Right.
That's just excess, that's just excessive. It's a nice bonus.
I mean, if you wanted to put a pool, let's just say, right? He wouldn't, I mean, he could,
Just say something.
If you, I mean, as long as he meets all the other things, if there's no wetlands and all that stuff.
Be looking at it in the context of he does own the house next door, or are we just looking at it as?
He owns a house.
No, I know, but I'm saying, so we're assigning it a value based on, oh, he could put a pool there, or he could do this with it. But if he didn't own that, and it was just some schmo who was stuck with this piece of property,
It
what are
wouldn't
you
be
buying
worth
him?
very much.
he did buy it in 22 though, after he owned it.
Fair enough, I'm just saying,
Oh,
I don't know
so,
how much we're
yeah.
supposed to.
Right, I agree.
I
I
mean,
understand.
I'm just looking at all the land values.
How much did he
of the
pay for
houses, on
There
his
was no-
street.
There was no
And they're like in the 400s.
indication of.
No indication,
who
okay.
paid for it, so.
Did you hear what I said? Looking at the land values of the other houses on the street, just out of, just see how they're valued. And they're all in the 400s and 500s.
Yeah, but they're all buildable.
Well, they have buildings on them. Most of those lots have buildings on them already.
I mean,
So I'm just going to argue, I'm going to make the motion, I don't think I think 36 is just way low, and I think actually it has value, has value for him, currently, and it could potentially have, value if he wants to do something.
I will say though, I agree with you there, but I will say too that from his previous assessment, I didn't, do the appraised value, but his previous assessment was 68,250. Now it's 122, so it like doubled.
I mean, went from
And it's just a piece.
97.5 up to the appraised value, 97.5 up to 174.
And that's a big
For 95,
increase
800.
considering that it's not buildable, just extra
True.
land.
True.
That's a lot of an increase just for something that's just some land.
Well, what would it, let me just see, the average, so 95, 800.
I agree that it's more, it's probably worth more than 36,000.
I mean, if you just took it at the, yeah, and you gave it that average that the town is saying 65%, that would bring them to 158,070.
I mean, I would be okay with doing that if,
Okay, one, that's a way to do it. Give them a little something.
158,070,
I do want
158.
something in between.
158, okay. All right. I make a motion to grant the appellant's value to 150, and grant in part to make, grant the appellant's value to 158,000. All in favor? All right, this next appeal is appeal number 497. And the address is 637 Cedar Road. The owners are Ellen Jacob trustee. Okay, and the town's valued the property at $1,101,200, and the appellant's requesting a value of $750,000. Okay. They do, so let me just tell you about this. This is a split, a 1991 split,
Side of the field card.
1.22 acres, 1,304 square feet of living area. It does have a 0.85 condition for being wet, topography wet. 50% of, according to the appellant, 50% of the lot is wet. All right.
Is it coded as wetlands though?
It does, I mean, it does, well, it's not, I mean, it does give a condition of 0.85 for being wet.
Okay.
She provided comps at 135 Warner Hill Road. That sold 825 for $1,335,000.
Why don't you use that?
No, that was the split, I guess it was 1,372 square feet and 0.59.
By the way, just so you know, she's on the corner of Sturbridge and Cedar. That's a very wet area right there.
Well, did you look at the map?
Yeah.
The map's got, she's right, like, looks like more than half of our property is wetlands, and then the setback line takes almost the entire piece of property, except for a little piece of pie at the left corner of the front. That's not going too far with that.
Her other comp, 79 Cynthia, June of 25 for $1,010,000. That's 1,208 square feet and just 2.15 land. That was also split. I think these were all splits. That's what. I know, actually, this next one's a ranch. So that was number 80 Cedar, which sold for $860,000 in 1124.
What number on Cedar?
Number 80 Cedar. That was a ranch. And that's on 0.4 acres and 1,417 living area. So, yeah, I mean, maybe if we want to talk about how to maybe give her a better, I should say better, but more of a adjustment condition. If someone wants to do that math for me, what have we been bringing these down to in the?
It depends on, this is pretty wet, so, I made a huge adjustment on them, because again, that, if you do go by Connecticut General Status 12-63G, that property fits into that. You have to consider the setback as wetlands. So if you look at that blue line with the setback line, it's almost the entire piece of property. So for that, I would really chopping that puppy down.
I mean,
Let me see what I
I
would
think
do.
bringing it down to a 0.5 is,
That might do it. I gotta see, the first thing I have to do is bring it back up to what it was, what it should be, because he already gave her a discount. So, we have 53 times 0.61 times 1 times 1.75. So her land is, at full price, is valued at $1,172,733. So if we use that number, because that's the full value, and reduce it by 50%, it's out to 586,366. Plus then we have to add in whatever the buildings are.
What did she say the condition of her home was?
The pictures, it's not too good.
Let me go back again. Yeah.
1,000.
I mean, that gets her,
It's
I think
dated
that gets
for
her
sure.
much lower than what she's asking for.
Does it?
yeah, that's-
It gets her to 691 if you add the house back in.
It's probably, unfortunately, that's probably where she should be, but
She's asking for 750.
we'll just give her the 750 then.
all right, anybody have, okay, so I make a motion to grant the appellant's value to 750,000. All in favor? Okay, so this next one is appeal number 32. And this is James and Pam Rotkamp, Rottkamp, and it's 257 Hollydale Road. And the town's valued this property at $1,687,400, and the appellants are asking for $1,350,000. They are saying that there's a wetland setback. I didn't see any condition on there. There's a pool valued at $19,400, fiberglass pool. It's on 1.2 acres, 3,595 square feet living area, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths.
Neil expanded.
4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath.
Yep. The they did do a renovation on this in 2010. Yeah. So the original home was built, I think, in the 60s, but this is 2010. Anyway, so they provided some, comps. They thought that I should be looking at that specifically at, the homes that were right near them that they're saying are valued, less. There was 119, which they said does have a pool. I didn't see what the pool was valued at, but that's sold in 24 for $1,300,000. That's on 0.10 acres.
On the same street?
Same street,
Okay.
yep. But it's 3,000. Well, actually, it was 3,601 square feet, 4 beds, 3 baths. There was a number that was in 24 that sold. Then there's number 200, which is bigger. It's just appraised. They were talking about the appraisal of it for 300,000 less. There wasn't a sale. That's on 1 acre of land, 3,688 square feet of living area. That is, then they also, well, actually, there were some sale. They also, wanted me to look at 61, 61 Hollydale, which is 1 acre, 3,467, 124, was 1 acre, 3,571, 200, 213. These are all smaller, 330, I mean, barely smaller. And then there were some sales on Hollydale, 627.25. There was one at 478 Hollydale, and that was for 2,022,000. Similar size lot, but bigger house, 4161 square square foot living area. And then there was also at 499 Hollydale, June of 25 for
That was exceptional, beautiful.
1,600,000. But that was a lot smaller
That
too.
was Tracy,
Rich and Vicky?
yeah, that had multiple bids, that listed for $1.4 million and sold for $1.6 million. But exceptional. Well, I like the 19 Hollydale. Look at 61 Hollydale. Wait, 61 sold? Did you say they used 61 Hollydale?
They didn't sell. It didn't sell.
Oh.
They just wanted me to,
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
none of the others were new sales, actually. The only sale they actually gave was the 119.
Which one?
It was 119 Hollydale, but there were two others that I just pulled up, so.
Oh, I wish I'd gotten an appraisal. I do like 119 Hollydale. And are there photos of the interior of this house?
Is that is that really a good comp? Is it
Yeah, I mean,
4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, which is the same, but.
That was, I was on the Heart of Hollydale, which I think is the most desirable section. So it's off of Galloping Hill there.
Okay.
It's that first stretch before you go, Hollydale will continue around and dip down and then go all the way up. And this is in that first section there. That was Bob Richter's listing,
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know which one you mean.
where the fireplace had grandma and grandpa in 2 urns with 2 chairs.
Yeah.
I was like, Bob,
Put them away.
you need to.
Put them away. Send them on vacation.
So that's a nicer location, 119.
Are you thinking a partial here, or?
I mean, I would entertain a partial. If we're gonna go down to their value, I don't think I'm gonna vote for it.
Right.
So if someone wants to, especially when, I mean, I know it's a bigger house and it's probably a better shape, but I mean, there was a $2 million sale on that. All the land values seem pretty consistent.
Just looking at where they are located. Oh, yeah, they're on the corner of Old Coach and Holly. Well, they're right near that. They're not, that's that first stretch off of Galloping Hill. So, Well, so what partial would you consider? What number? Like 145?
If you think that would be fair, I would,
And did you say that the interior of theirs was?
I'm
not like-
actually trying to look.
Because like the one that sold for $1.6 million was absolute mint, gorgeous. And then the 119 Hollydale was pretty nice, pretty nice. I mean, it had an updated kitchen. It wasn't brand new, but and that's a similar square footage to theirs, 36 square feet, 3,600 square feet, 5-bedroom, 3.5 baths. So it's similar to the subject property. So maybe $1.4 million. I wouldn't do anything more than $1.5 million, $1.45 million, I think.
1,450,000, that's what I'm gonna go with. I don't see any pictures in here, and I don't really have notes about the,
Yeah,
they just talked about the pool and the generators, generator 6 years. Yeah, they didn't really say anything about the condition of
Okay.
so, all right, so I'll make a motion to grant in part the appellant's value to 1 million, what did we say?
4.5.
4.5, 1,450,000.
yeah.
All in favor? That's my last one.
Okay. I don't have a whole lot here because I'm already behind and yesterday was a crazy day for me, so I didn't get a chance to do everything I wanted to do with these appeals. But the first one I have is number 604. The address is 284 Shoreham Village Drive. The
I feel like I saw everybody who lives on that street.
I thought I did.
The appellant is Honora Bradshaw. And the townhouse are valued at $1,077,538. And she's
1,000,007.
$1,077,538. So 1,077,538.
1077.
Yeah, and she's asking to go to 975.
975.
Right, all right, so she backs up to Shoreham Terrace, and she's a pie-shaped property. She's very close to that new
Proposed development.
hotel thing.
Circle diner
Yeah.
thing.
She's by the Circle Inn. Yeah, her condition is not good. She's got plaster walls with the original bathrooms. The kitchen dates back to 1992. She has no central air conditioning. She's what's she? I can't remember. But she's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 1,952 square feet. Oh yeah, she's one of those small colonials. With a C+ grade. She has 2 comps, one at 38 Edge Hill, which I thought was good because 38 Edge Hill, they've got the condition factor of highway noise. She's got the Circle Inn, and she's also quite near the Fairfield Avenue Post Road there. And that sold in June of, I did mark it in my notes here, but sold for $730,000. I have to look that up exactly what year that sold. And then 95 Beaumont. I had that pulled up. Let me pull it up again. Which I thought was another good comp because it's close to, no, it's not a good comp. Oh, I know why she pulled that up, because it's It's a 3-bedroom, oh, here, I have it right here. This is an example of, because they have her at $1,077,000, and this is an example of, a higher priced home that closed at $1,815,000, $1,815,000, 3-bedroom, 3 full bath, and it was a 1906 house, but it was completely redone, and that's why she pulled that one. She's the one on Edge Hill. Let me just look that up because I didn't make a note of when that closed. But let's see, 95. No, I don't have that. She wants to go to 975, and honestly, I thought that was generous because I think with what she's going to be facing, she said there's very few sales, and I didn't think she was asking for that much to considering that she literally backs up to that not only proposed but approved project. Yeah.
I feel for all the people on that street.
And so do I.
Every single one.
Yeah. So I'm going to make a motion that we approve this appellant's value of $975,000. All in favor? Okay. All opposed? Any abstentions? No. Okay. All right. That's that. This next one is appeal number 356, and the address is 31 Dean Lane. The appellant is
Say it again?
31 Dean Lane.
Bean?
Dean. This is that complex called Greenfield Hunt off of Black Rock Turnpike.
Okay.
Way up Black Rock.
Yeah, and the appellants are Karen with a C and William Schwartz. I thought this was almost like a no-brainer here because there was a sale. Oh, I'm sorry. The town's value was $1,199,400. They're asking to go to $768,400, and they are there's different models in there, but and the square footage varies, but and some of them are 3 bedrooms, some of them are 4 bedrooms. Their model is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2,600 square foot condo. And there was another one on Dean Lane at number 12 that sold in July of 24 for $760,000. Oh, I didn't adjust that. But I thought, well, that's a great comparison. You have to compare it to anything in there. The one at 15 Dean. These were not sales. She used other non-sales and price per square foot. But I said, look, let's just get one that sold. And honestly, this was the only one on Dean that I could find. And we time adjust that. 760.
So which one was actually a sale?
12 Dean, D-E-A-N.
12 Dean.
And that brings them to 805,600.
And that sold, but 12 Dean sold for how much?
It sold for 760, time adjusted to 805,600. And I'd be okay with that because they're one of the smaller ones at 3 bedrooms. A lot of the other ones that I looked at up there that sold were 4 bedrooms, but being that this is another 3-bedroom on Dean, sold in 24, time adjusted at 805,600, I'd be willing to give them that partial to that.
Where's the
Dean, number 12 Dean.
Yeah, no, but where is?
Greenfield Hunt.
Oh, Greenfield
I
Hunt.
don't know where.
Oh, it's
Past the Hi-Ho.
Okay.
Black Rock Turnpike.
A
You
little
go
ways up.
High Hill, and it's all the way up
On
to
the
the
left.
There's a separate road that goes up and winds up.
Winds around in there.
And they're individual homes.
Yeah, they're freestanding.
They're freestanding homes.
I mean, I looked at, you know,
A
a couple of
condominium.
other sales in '23 that were both 4-bed, well, actually, 4-bedroom and 3.5 bath, and that was at 840. So I think time adjusted to 805, 600 for her 3-bedroom was fair.
Now, the land is not with these properties, right?
No, they're condos.
Yeah, so,
It's a planned unit development. It's
yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So they're not responsible for maintaining the land at all?
No,
They can't use it like you could use it if it was your own land?
right. So, all right, I'm gonna make a motion to grant this appeal in part to 805, 600. All in favor? All opposed? Okay. All right. The next appeal is number 408, and the address is 120 High Point Lane, and the appellants are Connor and Amy Nolan. The town has them valued at $1,558,400, and they are asking to go to $1,250,000. This is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,500 square foot house. It is on, 2.22 acres. And she said 1 bedroom is very tiny. It's used as a nursery. The condition is a 1960s, 1960s. It was built in the 60s. It's the 1980s kitchen. The bathrooms are 1960s. They used 3 comps, 225 Dunham, sold in September of 25 for 1.3. 1111 Merwins, sold in July of 25 for 1.210. And 340 Merwins sold for 1.2 in December of 24. So she also has photos. If you want to see, these are the actual color photos, which and look online to see how well those transferred sometimes.
They're not bad.
Okay, so you can see. It looks like she's got, old backsplash. The kitchen's not
Terrible.
not terrible, but it's not.
It's not new.
Not new.
You just
Bathroom, the
expect
bathroom, you can
more.
see the bathrooms are, well, she said the kitchen was 1980s and the bathrooms are 1960s. So,
Like the cat, you can tell on some of the pictures.
is she $1,550,000?
No.
No, but I thought at $1,250,000, that was probably fair because that's what, and High Point Lane, they do have some highway noise.
Yeah, they do. I sold a house up there. Yeah.
Does she have,
I think they could even see it at some
she
spots.
doesn't have a condition factor for that. Yeah, that's interesting.
The house I sold, you could see it if you looked at.
Yeah, well, there's definitely noise from the merit there. And no, they shouldn't have a condition factor, so I'd say 1.25 is fair. Anybody else have any?
Sounds good. I have nothing to say, which is rare.
All right, so I make a motion that we approve the appellant's value of 1,250, $1,250,000. All in favor? All opposed? Okay. And honestly, that's all I have right now. I'm sorry. I have one last one that I need to clarify some things, and it's the Congress Street. He's got 2 parcels, and the more I looked at it, the more I realized I need to clarify some issues with that, because that's also Newport Institute. So that's all I got. I have other ones here, but I haven't even had a chance to review them.
Are you?
Yeah, I can go. Appeal number 130, property address is 165 Jenny Lane. Town has an appraised value of $1,804,100, and the appellant is asking for $1,463,207. They gave a ton of comps. The owner is asking for a number that is almost exactly the average of the 2025 appraisal average for the 8 comps that she provided. So basically what's on the field card for those other 8 properties that she gave.
So they're not sales, they're just.
They're just the appraised values. Yep, that's fine. Yes. And so, but if you look at the 2 that she gave, one is at 116 Melin. I don't know how to say that. Did I say it right? Melin?
That's it.
Melin? Is that?
Oh, Melon?
Melon
Yeah.
Drive, and 1135 Hulls Farms. She gave those 2, of the comps that she gave, those are the only 2 that were in the same neighborhood code, so I kind of separated those. The sale price on those, though, was an average of 1.44, and she is asking for 146. They are a little bit smaller than hers. They average out to 3,500 square feet. She's at 3,800 square feet. Her lot size is smaller, 87,000 versus the 96,000. But both of those properties appraised at 1,657 per the town. But the sale value, but one was in 11 of 24, which we would have to time adjust, and the other one was in 11 of 25. So that 1,440 probably would be higher. The one at 116 Melon has a new pool, septic, and appliances, and the one at 1135 has an in-law apartment. She gave other comps.
Oh, I'm sorry, never mind. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, sorry, no, never mind.
Gave other comps at 91 Hemlock Hill, 220 Stonewall Lane, 615 Hoydens Hill, 550 Rollings Hill, 142, I'm going to say this one wrong too, Trillium, and 1333 Round Hill Road. So there was a ton of, and those were sales anywhere from January of 2025 to August of 2025. The average sale price for those additional properties was 1.5 million. Again, I did not time adjust anything there, but just they were all in 2025. So they averaged out to 3,500 square feet. Subject property is 3,800 square feet. So a little bit smaller. Let's see, the owner's argument focused more on the price per square foot. So she's currently at $466, while the average of the 2 in her neighborhood was $465. So I was not seeing her argument there on the price per square foot. If you take in all the properties that she considered, that average price per square foot was about $411. So that's where she was getting her math from. She was using the average of all of those properties. But even then, actually, if I use that 411 and apply that to the subject property, that got me closer to 1,592 instead of the ask of 1.
I like the Melon property comp.
Yeah,
Which one?
116 Melin Drive. But that sold in November of 2024 for $1,485,000. So if we bump that out a year, that would be 1,485. Closer to 1,574,100, which is more in line with the average sale price of all the other houses, which was 1,512. Yeah, spoiler alert on this one. I was not looking at I'm looking at a partial number on this one. I was not looking to grant.
And so what did that bring you to? What?
When you do if I time adjust that 1,485, that gets me to 1,574.
Okay, I could do that.
Okay.
Okay,
I could do that.
all right, so,
Yeah, because the one on Hull's Farm, that was like really, really, really dated.
1135 Hulls Farm.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
like time warp dated.
Gotcha.
1,000,004.
And even still, of those comps, like, there was absolutely nothing that I could find in any of these that justified it a 1.8 number. Like, I
No,
couldn't get to
I agree
1.8
with you.
at all. I tried, I couldn't get there. Let's see, so, I did look at Vision to see like which ones they put in there, so I guess I can see maybe where they got to 1.8, but I did not, one of the highest ones that was in there that I think was doing that was 1615 Cross Highway, and I didn't like that comp, not just because I didn't like the number, but it just didn't work for me. It's bigger, it's 4,600 square feet, but it did just sell in October, but it still did not seem like a good comp to me. So I would be comfortable doing the 154, what did I say? 154, sorry,
I can do that.
transpose my numbers. So I am going to, does anybody else have any other questions or discussion? Okay, so I'm going to propose that for Appeal 130, we grant in part to a value of $1,574,000. All in favor? Okay. Next one is 516. 516, 516? 516.
516.
516, the address is 1373 Reading Road. The town has a value of $2,662,000, and they are asking for $2.2 million. This one, his main argument, or one of his big arguments, was that there is a conservation easement that is listed on his field card at only 0.57, but he had all this backup to show that it's actually 1.1. I did speak to the assessor's office about that and asked why, and the rationale was that they only do even though the easement is for more, they still count the 2 acres of property or whatever he needed for zoning, and then it was everything above that because he still needed that 2 acre, like you still need to have buildable, even though he can't do anything with it, just having that property means that he could still build something on it because he's got the 2 acres. So I guess the way that the town adjusts for that, they don't give him the whole 1.1 that he clearly has documentation to show. They only give him the excess, which was the 0.57. So that was part of his argument, but the assessor's office basically told me that's not an argument. Just take that for what it's worth. Just throwing that out.
I'm not clear. I'm not clear. I understand. I'm not sure I understand. So I understand why they like to have 2 acres because that's what they need for zoning regulations in Greenfield Hill.
Yes,
But he's got an easement
he does.
that encompasses that makes that less than 2 acres.
Yes, but they still count it up to the 2 acres because they claim that the 2 acres is what makes it buildable in the first place, regardless of where the easements and everything are. So then the rest of it, whatever was excess of that, I guess is what's considered, and that is where the 0.57 is coming from, as opposed to the 1.1, which represents the entire. Does that make, I don't want to say does it make sense, but yes. Okay.
But it doesn't
make sense.
That's why it doesn't make sense.
Yes, but that was the rationale provided by the assessor.
That's his rationale. However, if their easement encroaches into that 2 acres that they're saying, well, that makes it a buildable lot, you can't count that because it's no longer that, you can't use it. They have to stay off of that land.
Right, but he's saying if he didn't even have the 2 acres, he couldn't build on it. Like that affects your lot coverage and all that stuff. So you're getting credit for the lot coverage, you just can't put something in that spot.
Look at the shape of his lot.
Or is it that one?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know, it's so crazy.
Okay, well, that may be the assessor's reasoning, but it's not mine, so I'm not going to adhere to that.
So
That's ridiculous.
he didn't give any comps because his argument was just more about the easements. He was speaking mainly to the easements and the condition of the property. He says that the property is not graded an A- and that there's unaccounted for deferred maintenance. He lists a whole lot of repairs that are needed to cover, that are needed on the cover page of the application. He does have photos of damage and wood rot and some things, the highlights of the repairs were he has an estimate for $19,000 to replace windows, $12,000 to replace HVAC.
Worse than I thought.
And all that stuff. So I was doing some math to say that maybe we could do something if we account for the maintenance maintenance issue and we keep his land where it is now, even though, you know, I could be convinced to do something with that easement if we just left it as it is, because that was the rationale that was provided to me by the assessor's office. But if we did a 15%, I did a 15% decrease in the home value based on these deferred maintenance issues that he highlights, that got me to a number that was closer to 2.4 million. So the town has it at 2.6, he's asking for 2.2. I got with a 15% decrease in the home value for the deferred maintenance to 2.4. So I was comfortable, it was kind of splitting the difference, but I got there mathematically. So, but I am open to any, and also I'm not married to, like, this was just where I landed on this and thought the rest could go to.
Yeah, because they've got
Discussion.
those improvements at one.
That seems sort of
It says
arbitrary,
right here in his deed.
you know.
He has 1.1 acreage of wetlands and
I mean, he
vegetation,
had photos of.
No, but
He has wetlands,
we've gone through a
and he has
lot
a
of
setback.
homes that have.
and that all has to be considered the same way.
And we don't
So, let
necessarily
me go
take
on and see
off.
if there's another
the
map
same-
somewhere that I'm missing.
Right, I mean, but we have
With an
taken some
algorithm.
stuff off, right, but maybe we didn't quantify it, we just said, oh, the condition, I can see knocking it down, blah, 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 but I'm just, yeah, 15%. Arbitrary, but it's also only, I don't wanna say only, but it's
So like half of his land is wetlands.
Yeah.
let's see, 258,000, that's not an insignificant amount of money.
No, it's
But, I was still,
If it's,
but again, it's a starting point, it's a conversation, that's why we're here,
That-
we're having the conversation.
That's fine.
But I feel like there's some land analysis happening over there that I would love to factor in as well.
I'll share with the class in a moment.
Yeah, that's fair.
So almost half of, according to the deed, which I was just reading, it's in his appeal. 1.1 acre is a conservation easement in wetland.
Yes,
So that's almost half his land.
Right.
Then we have to account for the setback, which is another 100 feet.
okay.
You have to have a setback if you have wetlands. And they're all at 100 feet. They've just made a general statement that it's all 100 feet.
Fine,
So say it's a full, so say it is half. Half of his land is not usable.
right.
Then what most people don't know is there's another 30 feet of wasted space between the setback and the actual where you can put something. Because they don't want you to be right up against
All the
it.
setback. Yep.
So he's got about half. So that's why I don't understand the assessor's contention that, well, we just call it, well, yes, it's 2 acres, and yes, it makes him compliant with zoning.
Right. But he can't do anything with it.
Right. But he can't value it the same way you value a dry lot that's 2 acres.
I agree.
So
That, I'm just telling you, that's what they told me.
I'd
I
rather,
believe that's what they told you. Now you have no,
Yes.
I'll just make it up as they go along, not a problem.
So I am open to any and all suggestions, because I personally don't think that, like, I would much rather the adjustments be made logically come from the land than, I mean, I can still,
It's hard to do it from the house because it's hard
That's
for
what
us
I'm
to set the
saying.
value.
yeah,
But-
I'd rather do it from the land.
But I don't know that we can. We'll have to see. Is that 931?
938, 9.
938, 900.
938, 900. And he wants to be at, oh,
He wants to be at 2.2. I don't think we're getting there, to be honest.
plus 1, 6, 7.
He did put some, or did I put that in there? Let's see. There are some comps here.
You did give comps?
Well, I didn't think he did, but now I don't know if I pulled these in my announcement. Maybe, oh no, I think I pulled these. I pulled these. Yeah, because I copied them in from Vision. I pulled these. He didn't give comps, but there was one at 117 Quarter Horse, 180 Merwin's, 200 Jessica, 30 Wellington. But condition wise, they were all A minus, which is where he technically is, even though he should be,
But
he
they didn't-
claims.
But they didn't have wetlands.
Yeah, I know
His
nothing
land
about the
down to half
wetlands, but
price.
just sale prices alone and based on.
And is it the
comparable,
other things the way they are without making adjustments?
It's a little bit
That's a
smaller, but those were
2270.
all, these are the ones that if you click on sales and vision, these are the ones that I'm assuming they use for his property, because these are the ones that popped up. all sold within the time period, and they all averaged a sale price of 2.34, which is why I was closer to the 2.4. But
If you take his land down to 50% good because it's 50% wetlands,
yeah,
and add in everything else the way it is, and I did it roughly, I just came up with a number by quickly adding it in my head. We could probably tweak it. It comes out to 2,270,000. So it's slightly above what he wants. But you have to do the math on those other things because I just did it quick in my head. I didn't really do it. So the land comes out to,
you did 50% of the land?
so it comes out to 470 actually. I rounded it up,
Okay.
107,000 plus the other things,
What did you do with the land?
50% of it.
50%, because it's only 50% good. 50% of the land is wet.
Gotcha.
So that's,
There's an easement, and there's a wet, and then there's a setback. I didn't even consider the setback, it's 50%.
and then did not touch, you don't want to.
We can touch other things. I didn't do it that way. I just did the land because it was easier.
Yeah, that's
If you
fine.
want to do it the other way, that's fine.
No, that's fine, but then do we not, I mean, if you do the 50% on the land and you keep the home as it is, that's
Right.
less than what he's asking for.
He's asking for 2.2, right?
Yeah, and I got 2,192.
Okay, well, because I did it real quick in my head. I didn't really do the numbers
Yeah,
out,
so
so
it's like
just
basically
go to-
gets to 2.2.
we'll just go to where he wants to be.
Yeah, I mean, the one property that we reduced down to 50% was, like it actually said, this land is wet. This one does not indicate that. I mean, am I wrong?
Well, his deed says it. Where's it? He's got it in here. Here it is. Conservation
It
easement.
does say wetlands, actually it does.
And it says that he highlighted it too. Here it is. Yeah, page 2. 1.1 acre is considered consisting of wetlands and vegetation known as accessory blah. So that's where that land loses its value. Half of his land, basically. That's where I got it from,
I
Peter.
live next to a conservation easement, so I'm very familiar with this situation. We can't, if you
Can't do
wanna-
anything.
If you want to replace the deck, you have to get a wetlands permit, $15,000, before you even start building the deck.
Yep.
And you have to advertise it in the local paper for all the adjacent properties. I'm not kidding.
So it's up to you. I mean, it's your appeal. I'm just saying that if we
No,
did
that's
that
fine.
way.
I mean, we did take another property down that much, so
this is bad.
honestly, I'd rather do that based on the argument he's making, which is the land.
The land.
He was also making the deferred maintenance ones, but I'm happy, I don't want to say to ignore that for now, because the land is the bigger issue for him. And will be in perpetuity. He's gonna have
Because
this
can't fix
argument
that. Right.
every time. But I'm happy to make the proposal and grant the appellant's value in full to an amount of $2.2 million. All in favor? Okay,
I'm opposed,
I
yeah.
haven't posted.
okay. Next is 723. Wait, two times I think it is a glare. Okay, we got time. Next is 723, which is 290 Sturgis Highway. Town value is at $1,765,800. Appellant is asking for 1.5 million. This one is a unique property. It is a historic home, which I am finding there are issues with basically all of the historic homes that have crossed my desk.
Yes.
This one, I guess, I am unfamiliar, and I used to live up there, but there is a dam in Banks Pond that was damaged during Ida, and it's still not fixed. And she included a ton of, I think it should be in here, although it doesn't look like it, or no, I think she does have she's had conversations with the Army Corps of Engineers, deep, you name it, the town is well aware of the issue with this dam in this pond in her property. 3 properties share Banks Pond, and the fact that it is now ruined has negative impact on their property and there's wetlands everywhere. They can't expand, so her argument is more with the land value than anything else. They did have an adjustment to the assessed value already, and I'm not sure what that was for. I'm not sure if that was, because wasn't there something about historic homes north of somewhere that all got some sort of adjustment.
I don't remember, but.
I thought I remember
may.
hearing something about that. I'm not sure what that adjustment was for, but I did see that there was.
I think you're right about that. I don't remember the whole thing, but
It
I
had
thought I.
something to do with historic homes, I think. There were two, did you give these comps or did I pull them? I want to make sure I represent that correctly. She talks about her neighbors that share so her neighbors, 250 Sturgis Highway and 425 Sturgis Highway. They're the ones that share this pond with her. Similar, the one at 420 Sturgis Highway is probably the closest to hers because they're both 5 bedrooms. 420 Sturgis has 3.
Is it 420 or 425?
420. But not for sales. These are not recent sales, but just
Okay.
from an appraised value, that one is at 148, that 428 Sturgis. The one at 250 Sturgis is at 2.1 million, but it is much larger than the subject property. It's like 5,300 square feet, whereas this one is only 3,900. Where is it? I feel like the 420 Sturgis Highway is mentioned as a property that shares the Banks Pond. It's close to the stats of the subject property, and that was appraised at around 1,486. Appellant is asking for 1.5. I was comfortable with her 1.5. She is dealing with this Banks Pond issue.
Yeah, that's.
So I don't know if anybody has any further discussion, but I am inclined to just propose to grant in full.
I'm okay with that.
Yep.
Seems
Go for it.
reasonable to me.
Okay, so I move for appeal number 723 to grant the appellant's value in full of 1.5 million. All in favor? Okay.
Why haven't they done any?
They've been fighting with the town forever. I think there's, it's still not restored. Let's see, they were hearing, I think because there's too many cooks in the kitchen. I think it's Fairfield's Conservation Commission. It's deep. It's the Army Corps of Engineers. It's just too much. So,
It's low-hanging fruit.
yeah,
To just fix
I
it.
guess it's just not a high priority. I don't know, you
You're
know?
better off. Just shut up, fix it, and you never should have brought that up. Just fix it.
Yeah, it's easier to ask for
Yeah.
forgiveness than permission.
Yep.
I know, just, don't tell my kids that, though.
Okay,
Okay.
not listening to this?
No, they're not.
Attention, please listen.
Yeah. This one I need help with, not gonna lie. That's number 908. And the address is 1159 Reading Road.
So many already.
I didn't know where to start with this one, I'm not gonna lie. This one, though, was, I think I told you guys that one day I had that one guy who came in and it was like the last day, I think, and it was like, he had 7 or 8 properties and we did all 7 or 8 at the same time. So this was one of those 7 or 8 properties. So,
Oh, I know it is.
yeah. So this one,
Goes on all the time.
it's owned by, the town value is $3,252,600.
I had 3,149,100.
Okay.
That's what the field card says.
What does it say?
Oh, the field card does say 3,149, so maybe
Yeah,
there was an
3,149.
adjustment after he applied. So fine.
He did get a change.
Yeah, he got a change. So we can say it's 3,149,100, but he is asking for 2.4 million. Okay,
He's asking for
2.4.
2.4.
Yep.
Looks like 2.7 on this, but it's a funny.
Well, maybe it's a 7.
I was nothing. Fix it.
I don't know. I took it as a 4.
It's just with someone homes. Where are you going to find a working?
I would say it's a 4.
I don't know, right?
Looks like a 4 to me.
Yeah.
Kind of. Unfortunately, he didn't write any other 7s or 4s anywhere else for me to. Interesting. Okay, well, I feel bad.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I wouldn't know if it's 2.4, 2.7, or 5 million. I really don't know with this one. I'm not gonna lie. It is the Fairfield Horticulture Farm. It has, I think it's over 18 acres of property.
Yep.
So, this is a new one for me, ladies and gentlemen. Really? His argument is that it's just overassessed. He says that, and I have it here, it's a 1929 home. It has a lack of insulation in certain parts. Now, he says it would probably be demolished. I look at the picture and I don't know if I agree with that.
I looked at the picture. I didn't think I would take
I
that
don't think
down.
it would be, but that's what he said. And so I take that with a grain of salt.
Huge.
I really don't know how to find comps for farmland. There is just so much property. I don't know what to do.
There's something special with farmland, but I don't know if he really qualifies it. I'm sure he knows. I mean, this guy's been around a long time. He's been through this before.
Yes.
But if he really has farmland, there's a certain way you have to value that. And I don't know that was done. I can't tell. Maybe this should be,
Maybe I should ask the
Talk to
assessor
Liz
more
and
on
get
this
more.
one. Okay, so
talk to Ross about that on Monday.
I'm gonna say we postpone this one, if that's okay.
What do you think, Peter?
Because I really just don't,
I think we ought to
don't know
postpone
what to
that.
do with it.
Because if he didn't apply as a farm, then it's one thing, and if he did apply as a farm, it's going to be something else.
Gotcha.
This isn't that guy that took down all those trees, is that?
I don't know, it might be him.
You know, it's gotta be the same guy, because he's come before us before, and I thought he had farm.
I thought he had farm status too, but I think you have to apply every year. I'm not sure.
Because he had, llama.
I probably have two more, but I can squeeze one in if you don't mind, okay?
Just out of curiosity, did he say he has animals on that property, like
He did
llama?
not. He did not. But I didn't ask, to be honest, but he didn't
It's the same guy, you know.
offer it either.
Big on the llamas.
Who else has 18 acres?
The next one is 54. This one, the address is 289 Beach Road. Town has a value of $2,485,300, and the appellant is asking for 1.7 million. This is another one that is, so the house has had no improvements in 20 years.
Oh, I sold it.
It is a historic home. So again, I feel like there's something wonky with the historic homes.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, because I just feel like all of the historic homes seem very off because there are so many restrictions on what you can and cannot do in a historic home, and I feel like I just feel like it gets lost. But since there have been no improvements on this house in over 20 years, the dwelling still increased by 114%. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. And then I wrote a note to myself saying, I remember hearing about adjustments made for historic homes further north, but maybe there's something wrong with all of the historic homes. Very difficult to find comps for historic homes in this area. And literally, this house is basically across the street from where we're sitting right now.
Yeah, I know exactly where it is.
Let's see. I said it appears that the only other historic comp has been disproportionately increased as well. Owner's argument, they make a very good argument in their summary here, but I will get to the bullet points of that. Argument does seem to focus more on price per square footage. A subject property has had a disproportionate increase in appraisal compared to immediate neighbors. I see nothing to justify the disproportionate increase and feel like an equitable adjustment should be made. The other houses that are mentioned are 340 Beach Road, which is right across the street from him. So on this side of the street now. But I mean, none of these are for sales because that one sold, but back in 2019. So
Doesn't count.
doesn't really help us at all. But these three homes, so 340 Beach Road, 690 Old Post Road, 239 Beach Road, which is only 2 homes away from him. He also does 364 Beach Road and 460 Beach Road. So all within spitting distance of his house. They average slightly smaller than the only one that is historic also is 690 Old Post Road. The rest are just colonials or Cape. They average out to about 700 square feet smaller than his property. His property is a little bit bigger, but all of those are appraised. They average, excluding the other historic one, because I think that one is out of whack too. Those all average to about 1.766. So I was comfortable with the ask of 1.7, to be honest. I see nothing to justify his house, if you're not even looking at just the improvements value, his appraisal year over year went up 91%.
So these are town appraised
The
average.
1.7 is an average of town appraised numbers, yes.
Beach Road.
There were sales at 419 Beach Road.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Okay, I can look at, I don't, yep.
2,150,000,
yeah.
another
That's what
one,
Alex Niffen had.
470
And then he-
Beach Road for 152, but then there was another one for 2.2. That was 830 Beach Road.
What was the first one? I'm sorry.
First one was 419 Beach Road, and, 470 and 830.
Well, the 830, it's right across from the beach club, so that, no.
For-
Do they have water
Beach club.
views? They might have water views.
Oh, that's
Well,
not
they
the
do,
beach.
they definitely do. Yeah.
You're not getting water views.
That's
Beach Road.
not, that's not.
470 sold for how much?
470 sold for 2.15 in June of 2025.
I'd say the closest thing to look at would be 419 Beach Road.
And that was 2,150,000.
Sold for 2,150.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a historic home that also hasn't had improvements? I don't know.
Well, no, 1953, and that was, and that actually did have, look at the previous,
I asked, did they, I mean, I can't see here in the file that they provided, like, pictures when they say?
Nope, he did not, they did not have pictures.
I can tell you because I sold it to them, but they truly, they're not lying when they said they haven't done anything. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not saying they're lying.
I know, shouldn't say it like that.
When you say not done anything, no updates.
Right, that, they did when they first moved in, but they haven't
Yeah.
done anything since.
Doesn't mean they don't fix leaky toilets and things like that.
Right, but even, I mean, again, these are appraised values, but all those houses, like, within spitting distance of him, saw an increase of 52%. His was 91% without any improvements to his home.
That's kind of off.
So from an equity standpoint, I could see why he would be peeved about that. So,
There's something, wait a minute, there's something, I'll find.
but the 419 selling at 2.1 is still a lot lower than where you're currently at almost 2.5. So I definitely think there's something to give here.
470 was also at 2.1, right?
That's the one I was talking about.
Oh, I thought I heard 419.
Which one did I say? Oh, sorry, 470 is what I meant to say, sorry.
I mean, I could
Well-
see going down to 2.1.
Here's something to consider because Katie had a listing on 215 Old Post Road in 2025. And, number 215 Old Post Road. It's an 1854
Okay,
built and 4,100 square feet, so about the same.
yeah, around same.
It listed for 1,999,999. It did not sell because they could not get that number. They had offers for 175, and they didn't take it. They wanted the 1,999,999.
Okay.
And that was in October of 25. So I think that's a good comp right there.
Okay,
I know because I know who put the offer in. And it was not 1.8, it was somewhere in the one, it was like 1,725 or 175.
And what year again was that?
25.
Was, okay, in our year.
so,
And that house was, the kitchen was all redone, had been redone with marble countertop and beautiful.
at 215 Old Post.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, I mean, even at 1.7, that's still a 31% increase year over year. Not that we care that much about that, but it's not like it was a he asking for a decrease. But again, seeing as those other houses that are all near him have an appraised value averaging around 1.76, the 1.7, and if Helene is seeing something that gets her to 1.7, I'm not hating that number, but,
Well, I can say this, it would not sell right now for 2.5.
Right, so, based on the data that they gave me, I am happy I'm just gonna make that motion, unless anybody wants to discuss it.
Now, the one that sold for 2150, that was not a historic home.
No.
Okay, so that's, yeah.
Like the 1800s
I don't-
still,
I
yeah.
would discount that because it's not a good comp.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so, I'm going to move that for Appeal 0054, that we grant the appellant's value in full to $1.7 million. All in favor?
I'm opposed.
Okay. All right,
All right.
Is that it?
yeah, we're done, it's 1 o'clock.
Make a motion to adjourn. Everybody in favor?
Yeah.
1:03 PM.
Okay.
Thank you.